What up? What up? What up, world? We are back. It's week 7, the Bye-Nado week. I'm Anthony, aka Rasta. I'm here with Mike. What's up, Mike?
What up?
And you know what it is. Get Right Fantasy Network. We're here, man. Dude, it's week 7, dude. We got some football. Interesting game, on Thursday. Obviously, I was wrong with my whole Dearness Johnson whole thing.
Hey, man.
Obviously, he was worth a pickup. But
I
before we get it, go ahead.
wish I was here to talk about that. I would have told everybody not to blow your fab, but try your best to get him because he's worth it.
Yeah, Nick Chubb's coming back next week, so he was definitely worth the start this week for sure. If you were able to get him, so congratulations to you. And talking about congratulations, I have to give it up. Happy birthday to our guy Frank, my boy. Happy birthday, my brother. He's out at the casino tonight.
Nice.
And then he's going to be fishing tomorrow. So good luck to him over there. All of us here, I'm sure, in the Get Right family are wishing you a happy birthday, man. So enjoy it, live it up, and let's go. So
nice.
Man, so what are we going to get into, man? Sit show. This is our favorite show, one of the favorite shows of the week, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But it's nice to finally, get these injuries. We're going to go through that. We'll go game by game, give our breakdowns, who we're starting, who we're sitting in each game. And then of course we're taking questions from all of you guys out there. Make sure you throw your questions in the chat. We love getting the interaction in there, interacting here with the Get Right community. So speaking of which, Dustin sighting in the house. What's up? What's up? He says he always beats them boys. I know we haven't heard of them boys in a while. Neanderthal's in here. What up, fam? How's it going? What up, Jer? Dim Boys is in the house. What up, Dim Boys? Says he's been slacking lately. It's never slacking, dude. We know you got lives. But always you're welcome here live with us, man. We appreciate it when you get here. Dustin saying what's up to Neanderthal here, man. Jonathan saying he can't wait for next week already. Can't wait till it's just week 8 already, man. I'm being put on blast by my own sister here. Saying I failed the what up. I can't do it as good as Dustin, man. I try to bring the energy. I try to do it, but hey, sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. So but shout out. What's up, sis? Love you. And thanks for letting us borrow Dustin and letting us do this crazy thing, during the week. I can't thank you enough. So love you there. What up to all the fam? You noticed the hat? You didn't even say anything about my hat. I'm wearing a hat today.
Oh, I knew it. I saw it. I just let you do it.
It's the first I think this is the first time I bought myself anything 49ers, I think, in my entire life. Everything else I usually get that's 49ers is given to me. It's kind of like, the tradition because people know you like it. Yeah, those kind of things.
Yeah, I get that all the time.
Yeah, so I kind of went out and saw the hat. I had to get some stuff for my son for his baseball. And I saw it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make the plunge. So I had to support it here tonight. Let's go Niners. Nice. All right. So, Dim Boys. That's what he was say. Oh, man. Oh,
just getting ripped.
I know, man. I'm going to start the show over. We got to start this show over. I know. And I shouldn't have held back, man. It's just me and Dominic here tonight. I could have just screamed and, let the whole neighborhood hear it. So we'll get into that. So anyway, all right, man. So we appreciate it. We got a good show tonight. We're gonna get through everything here, get through your questions. Before we get into that, gotta get our plug in there. Our partnership with UnderdogFantasy.com. Make sure when you go sign up, you use that promo code GetRight. Make a deposit $10 or more. And you will get an additional $10 in there for using that promo code Get Right. Make sure you do that. Get in there. A lot of fun. Over/under picks. A lot of pick'ems. It's great stuff. Obviously, their whole platform is mainly best ball. They just had their midseason, midseason redraft.
Yeah.
And so
resurgent.
Yeah, the resurgence. So that was a lot of fun. So we'll see how that goes. I'm actually doing pretty good.
Nice.
So far. But we all know that doesn't mean anything right now. We're halfway through the season. So am I missing anything, man? I feel like I've been talking forever. How
you're
you
good.
doing? We're covering everything?
I'm good. Yeah.
All right, man.
I'm ready.
So let's do it, dude. Let's just get into this first game breakdown here as the questions start to roll in. I mean, well, you want to talk about this Cleveland Broncos game, man? It was pretty brutal. I mean, I don't know if there's much really to talk about there.
There's not much to talk about. We all saw, we all watched if we did, and if we didn't, you didn't miss much. I mean, Landry went out there coming off IR, ended up getting hurt at the end, but put up a decent, stat line, led in targets with 8, 5 receptions for 38, 37 yards. Didn't do much. Sutton was, mediocre at best, but, still put up a good stat line, led the team. I guess the biggest, beyond Dearness Johnson, who went off and, had over 100 yards, himself, a touchdown. The other big thing that we noticed was the Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon, they're still splitting carries. And it looks like Melvin Gordon's handling the majority of those snaps. So, but it definitely looks like Williams is more the passing back, getting 7 targets to Gordon's 3. So, and he looked great doing it. I mean, honestly, I like him more than Gordon, but at the same time, it's really hard to pick between the two. But I rather have Javonte over Melvin. So, but other than that, I mean, it was just underwhelming. It was 17-14. So it was just,
yeah,
nothing 17-14,
and somehow still my Broncos defense that I was starting for some reason, maybe because the entire Cleveland team was hurt.
Yeah, that's what I thought of doing, but they weren't even available.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't available, so I wasn't able to do it. Like, I tried, and I'm like, oh, I can grab them, and then I'm like, oh, they don't get off waivers until Friday, and then I'm like, oh, well, that means I can't use them, because they're being used. So I didn't even get a chance to use them. I didn't have anything. I'm playing Carolina's defense, but we'll go into that in a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't even know how I started the show off talking about defense this early, but I did. Shout out to all the defensive people out there. Good job for you. Obviously, I sucked with my defense this week. That was terrible. At least they got the 1 sack to make it a little in the blocked field goal, which made it a little nice for me. So it was a little respectable. Anyway,
was that 6 points?
Yeah, we digress. So let's get into the first game here, man.
Sure.
First game of the week, we have the Washington football team at the Green Bay Packers. We have the Packers favored by 8.5 with a 48.5 point over under. So pretty big spread here, obviously.
Not the biggest.
No, definitely not the biggest. So go ahead, man, break it down. Obviously a lot of injuries, things going on in this game. So what are we looking at?
Yeah, I mean, right. Sorry, I'm reading.
I know. I just saw that too.
I just saw it. What up, Martin? How you doing, brother?
What up, brother?
Good old Dynasty Pylon checking in. I love it.
Go follow Dynasty Pylon. Look him up on YouTube, man.
I gotta reach out to Martin, tell him what I'm doing this week. I've been reaching out to him about. I've been playing Devin White, and I just been kicking myself. And we talked, and I worked something out, and I might change it up. We'll see. I'll talk to him later. Anyway,
I was watching his show. He told you need to drop Devin White already.
I did. I already did.
That's the long and the skinny of it. Okay, good.
I did.
All right.
He's done.
Child, please. Child, please. All right, go ahead.
So, I mean, the biggest question marks we got here, is basically on the Washington football side. I mean, they have Antonio Gibson right now with the stress fracture in his shin. I guess they're trying to monitor it and kind of pull him back a little bit. So he didn't really practice. He's still questionable coming into Sunday. Same thing with Terry McLaurin. So they're going to both be walking in, a little bit hurt. Like I said, we're going to be seeing Gibson. He might be in and out of that game. That stress fracture is not easy to deal with. I think they're going to do what they kind of did last week. McKissick is going to be a little bit more of that. He's going to be out there and getting a little more run. I think a lot of people thought Jason Patterson would be the next guy up, but in this particular case, I really do think that McKissic will get more run. So we'll see what happens. Ricky Seals-Jones, he's still a good option. And I think we got a question from John saying that is Ricky Seals-Jones good to go? He is. He should be fine. I didn't see anything about him. I'm going to double check when Ant talks, but for right now, he looks good to go. On the other side of the ball, I mean, you're playing Rodgers, you're playing Adams. You can't not. You're playing Aaron Jones. And at this point, you can pretty much play Dillon too. I mean, he's a little more of a Hail Mary, if you need a spot to fill during this crazy bye week. I wouldn't start Tonyan unless you're really in a bind, which you shouldn't be. There should be plenty of options at tight end that you could probably go to. But for right now, it's so hard to not play somebody this week. I mean, you're gonna see it as we go, and everyone is gonna be asking those fun questions of who to, fill in for these really big, teams that are out that usually fill our roster. So we'll see. What do you think about the whole, you're the big Antonio Gibson fan. What do you think about what's going on in that backfield?
Yeah. Well, I just kind of want to get back to something like you said, like I have like Chuba Hubbard as a top 12 running back this week. Like that's how
Yeah.
crazy things are out there. But yeah, so to me it's tough, man. If you can go alternate route with Gibson, I'll start there. We just kind of don't know what's going on. I think McKissic is definitely a safe play this week against the Packers. Will be, a shootout over there if they can, make that happen. They'll be in a negative game script. So he's tough. We're definitely going to start, McLaurin, like you said, but yeah, dude, I wish they would just shut. Yeah, I mean, I just wish they would shut Gibson down, put him on IR, shut him down for a couple weeks, see if it's, can get healed and he can get back out there and manage it a little better. Just because, again, kick yourself in the shin,
Yeah,
and then think about having a fracture in there. It's just it's tough sledding. So
well, that's what I said the other week. I mean, honestly, that thing can just pop up anytime, and it could be a real problem. I mean, these guys aren't getting kicked in the shin; they are getting tackled with pads on their ankle or near their ankle and face mask. It don't matter. Anything, all those hard objects are going right to that, shin. And I've personally never played football with pads or anything like that, so I can't tell you how it feels. Martin might be able to. He's played football. But I'm telling you, it doesn't feel nice. So I can only imagine with a stress fracture how it would feel. So honestly, this is something to avoid. But if you have no better options, you can't do anything about it. And to double check, I double check my work. Ricky Seals-Jones doesn't have an injury tag, so he's not even considered questionable for this game. So he should be good to go without a problem. Neither is Terry McLaurin, so they're both good to go.
Yep. And the other thing too is I just want to get back to that AJ Dillon thing, especially with it, being such a light week. We've seen him get, 15, 8, 11 carries over the last 3 games. Averaging, upwards of 5.4 yards per carry in 2 of those 3 games, and even saw 4 targets for 49 and a touchdown against Cincinnati. So there's definitely, a chance there, especially if they get up, on Washington early and they're just in clock killing mode. They may sit Jones. We see him do that, and he can, see maybe, 12, 13 carries. So it's definitely an option there. So
yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So that's good. So let's get back to some of these questions here that have kind of come in. We have Jonathan Smith. What's up, man? Saying someone dropped Robert Woods, aka Bobby Trees, today, and I can't pick him up until Monday, and he needs a wide receiver. So obviously, you got to go in a different direction.
Yeah, you got to go different. Yeah.
But he's definitely worth a waiver claim for sure. So get that in. Absolutely. So Dim Boys is in here asking, do you go Renfro, Kirk, or Crowder? How do you have those guys ranked?
Honestly, I would go. I have the choice with Kirk in there too, with a couple of my options. I honestly like Renfro better, and especially for PPR, I would be going Renfrow before I do the other two, just because he's more guaranteed target compared to Kirk, who he had 8 targets last game. But the problem is that, if you look at his particular stat sheet, his targets are all over the place. I see 1, 5, 3, 2, 8. Like it's all spread out. It looks like AJ Green is the, more of the solid pick out of those, the 3 receivers after Hopkins. So I'm going to stick with Renfrow for this particular pick. What about you?
Let me see. I like the floor of Renfrow, and then Kirk. I still have to see some more out of the New York Jets offense. Even with the Bye-Nados, I'm not trying to really have a piece of that game. So give me Renfrow, then give me Kirk.
Okay.
If you want more upside, I'd go Kirk because we know he can explode for a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, I can agree with that too. Same concept. Yep.
Yeah, I have actually Renfrow at 30, Kirk at 32, and I'd have to really scroll down to probably see where I have Goddard.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I gotta move my rankings around and stuff, but I would be probably putting Hunter around 30.
Yeah, I have Crowder at 44. Yeah. So that's how I'd go. Renfrow, Kirk, Crowder. All right. We have Garrison Wilson in here. What's up, man?
What up, Wilson? The other Wilson.
Yeah, different Wilson. What's up, guys? I got a lineup question. I have both Washington running backs, James Conner, Khalil Herbert, Pittman, and Goddard. Need to start one running back, one in a running back slot, and then 2 flex. So give me one running back out of the Washington running backs, James Conner and Khalil Herbert. Let's start there.
Right now I'm going to go with James Conner just because of the touchdown upside. He's just a little bit more, I feel a little more safer with him. He's more of the conservative pick if you want to view it that particular way. For the, it's hard to pick from that Washington, running back group. I mean, against the Packers, it's fine. I mean, they're one of the, they're not that great against the run. So you could be safe with, if you want upside, I would go McKissick just because he has the ability to, the pass catching part. But I like Conner just because he can get, he ends up getting a lot near the goal line, and he leads their team at goal line carries. I mean, literally they pull Chase Edmonds after they get past the 10-yard line. So I'm a lot more comfortable with James Conner than any of these. Khalil's going against Tampa Bay, who literally teams only rush like twice against them in a game, and they're not going to pass out. I think they're going to use Damian Williams a lot more in the pass game than they are Khalil. So, I'm sticking with Conner for that one RB spot. The 2 flex spots, that's going to be the toughest of this particular matchup. I mean, I might go Pittman and Gibson. That's my best, 2 that I can think of.
Interesting. I can't even believe I'm about to say this, but I'd probably go McKissick and then Pittman, and
you're going to do Goddard, aren't you? Yeah.
I think I'm leaning that way, man.
Without
Earth there.
I was thinking about it.
If you look at, the combined stats of that tight end position, maybe take away a touchdown, maybe take away 30, 40 yards.
I just don't trust Hurts. I mean, he's a really good fantasy option, but he's a horrible quarterback in real life.
When targeting the tight end, though.
Okay.
That offense is almost kind of built going through that. We saw it in the preseason. That's when he was looking good. We saw that connection. I think they were showcasing Ertz to get him traded to see what he still had left. They have that done, and I think Goddard is set to have a huge second half of the year. But that's just
okay. No, fair. No, it's fair enough. I was leaning towards Goddard, but I can't feel comfortable yet. Like, he's just coming off COVID. People don't always end up coming back from COVID that well, and it's based on how bad it hit him. He didn't come off until a little bit, midweek of this week. So I'm a little skeptical of it. I rather go with options that I know that are, so.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
If you combine Ertz and Goddard,
for their games. And mind you, Goddard didn't even play one of those games.
Mm-hmm.
It was all Ertz. Let's say we even take away one of the touchdowns and say that goes to a random tight end. So instead of having the 4, they just have the 3. We're going to really Anthony stat this. But that would put him at tight end 4 overall right now. And if you leave that touchdown in there, that would put him at tight end 3 behind Kelsey and Andrews.
Okay, go for it.
Just saying. I like him.
For me, it's just, it's not a bad option.
But I don't mind the Connor McKissick Pittman option either. So
that's not bad. Yeah.
Good question. I like that. Martin saying, for Gibson owners, you feel comfortable to start McKissick over him. Yeah, it's tough right now. And that's why I said I could even believe I was about to say to start McKissick over Gibson. Everybody knows how big I am on Gibson, but they just need to shut him down and let him get healthy, man. I don't know what's going on. Pretty much people have had McKissick at this point. I don't think he's out there in too many leagues. Definitely, if he's out there, go get him. This week against Dim Boys is saying this week against Green Bay, I definitely would get and start McKissick over Gibson. So looks like we're all kind of feeling the same way there. So Martin saying, as a future physical therapist, if Gibson decides to fully heal that fracture, it will end his season. Fractures will be
for sure.
At least 3 months to heal. The issue, there is no pads for the shins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in that case,
you have to wear like a knee pad on your shin.
Like taped up there, kind of like hockey player.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've done it. I've done something like that before for like softball for sliding, but it's completely different when someone's actually coming at you at a speed.
They put their helmet right into it. That's just gonna hurt. So, hey, then at that point, man, I give it up to my man for sticking it out. Hopefully, get him that little shot, and he'll be good to go. So Jonathan here saying, I'm kind of lucky this week. AB's out, and my opponent's only other option is Julio and Callaway.
Nice, good options.
Both of those guys are going to be playing, and Callaway's a sneaky little start for me this week. I kind of like him. So we'll get into that when we talk about that New Orleans game. Dustin's in here saying,
at the end,
I still can't get over that hat. Go Niners. Martin is victorious. There it is. Seals Jones or Goddard? RSG or RSJ or Goddard? Obviously, I'm going Goddard after that.
I think I'm gonna go Goddard too.
Absolutely. And Goddard or Schultz rest of the season? That's a tougher question.
Schultz.
Yeah, I would probably say Schultz. I think
Schultz is more consistent.
Yeah. We'll see, though. Give me 2 more weeks to answer that question.
Better quarterback, better offense. I'd rather go with him.
Give me 2 weeks, and then I'll answer that. But Schultz for now. It may change. McKissick or
Damian Harris. Damian Harris without even thinking.
All right. And who is he playing?
He's playing the Jets.
Yeah.
Give me that. I don't even have to think about that one.
Yeah, give me that.
Yeah.
So that's that. Good stuff.
Yep.
All right. So let's get into our next game here. We have the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't wait to watch this game at the Tennessee Titans. Kansas City's favored by 5.5. We have a 57.5 point over under.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry is going to eat in this game.
Dude.
So hopefully you're not playing against him.
Did you see the stats on him?
It's outrageous, man. So break it down. Tell me what's going on in this game.
It's unbelievable. One, they're coming off the big win against the Bills. You could argue either way. They either won that game or they were given that game at the end. Little disappointed in Josh Allen at the end, but either way, they won it. This is, they beat one of the top,
I
AFC
loved it,
teams.
By the way, I loved it. I love that. By the way, I'm just saying.
Right. The way I put it.
The way that game ended because I won. Remember, I didn't need them to kick a field goal or an extra point would have killed me. So anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was so upset. Anyway,
rough.
So we see the Titans. They already beat the Bills, and now they're facing the next team. In the AFC. That you need to beat to do well, and that's the Chiefs. I really do think the Tennessee Titans, their defense, their front seven, they're a force. I mean, they have a really good set of front four, but front seven, but their secondary is brutally beat up. They're in their third and fourth guys, if not even deeper. They got beat up last game. So I can expect Kansas City to throw it a little more. I'm still playing Mahomes. I'm still playing Darrell Williams. I'm still playing Kelsey. Kelsey's good to go. The one question mark really is Tyree Kill. Right now, he's being listed as questionable. He didn't practice for 2 days and was limited on Friday. We saw this last week, and he actually got out-snapped by Demaryius Robinson and Mecole Hardman. So they're literally just throwing him out there for certain things. He was still productive. He had 12 targets for 12 targets, 9 receptions for 76 yards and a touchdown. And it was actually a pretty nice touchdown too. So honestly, he's not a horrible play either way. So, you're still going to play your starters. You're not going to sit Hill for, I don't know, Tyler Lockett. You're going to play him. I definitely see Mecole Hardman being a good play in this game as well. I have that particular situation where I have to play him. So I'm going to probably be playing him. Even though, he had only 5 targets last week. The week before that, he had 12. So they definitely use him in the game. And if Tennessee's backfield is all messed up in that secondary. So I definitely see opportunity. On the Titans side of the ball, I mean, we just were talking about it. Henry. They're just going to literally run the ball down their throat.
Until they prove they can stop it.
Until you can stop Henry, they're going to keep running. Right now, they list Julio as questionable. Honestly, I don't think he plays. And if he does play, you're not playing him. He is at the point where he is not worth playing anymore. Either keep him on your bench or drop him. He's not worth it. I like him as the player. He's just not he clearly shows his injury history when he's on the field. I'm not playing any of the tight ends. I'm basically playing Tannehill, Brown, and Henry, and those are the only 3 that I'm willing to play. AJ Brown is fine. He has no question. He has no tag at this point. Let me just double check. No tag. He practiced in full on Friday, so he's good to go. He just had some food poisoning. They said it's been lingering, but he'll be fine. Other than that, you're pretty much at the point where you're playing those 3 guys. I don't feel that comfortable with Tannehill. A lot of people are on him this week. This is his big week. I don't see it. I know that Kansas City is going to go up and they're going to have to compete to, keep up, but I just don't see it. I see them trying to keep Mahomes off the field, running the ball. And, that's just how I feel. So How about you? How do you feel about this game?
Yeah, I'll kind of start, where you ended there and work backwards, starting with Tannehill. This could be one of those weeks, though, where if they do get down on the goal line, Tannehill always has those where they, because they're selling out on the run so much.
Don't remind me.
Bootleg them out, and he'll have that 2 rushing touchdown game with maybe, 2 passing touchdowns, just kind of sneaky, maybe 240 yards, and two passing and 2 rushing, from just, 2 or 3 yards out, if that. So, never put that past him. He's kind of due for one of those games. That's kind of what made him actually, have him, in a lot of people's, top 12 this year. So
he was in mine.
And you have to also expect some regression to the mean. If Julio is out there and he can get there, again, it's just tough. It's hard to start him right now until you actually see he can make it through a big game. We all thought he was going to be good, coming into last game, and he can't even finish. Nope. He'd been sitting out for a long time. Everything was good. Obviously you figure he knows his body and wants to get out there and knows when to, do it. He has so much of a history, and then ends up, pushing it again. So it's tough. I don't think I could just sit him in this matchup against Kansas City. I think, again, with all of these receivers on a bye this week, I would still feel confident, starting Julio Jones, but just understand, you're not getting, the 130 yards and possibly a touchdown, Julio Jones. You might see, more of this, 4 or 5 catches for, anywhere from 40 to 60 yards. He may have one, 20 to 30 yard catch, but, on a broken coverage, but, that's about it. So that's kind of how I feel, about that. Pretty much agree with the other stuff you say.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that might change the perspective a tad is if Chris Jones is out there. He's listed as questionable. It looks like he's going to play. I mean, he practiced in full for the Chiefs. I mean, that I know that doesn't seem like much, but it is. I mean, he hasn't been there for the last few weeks. He is their big run stopping, pass, rushing D tackle that does everything. He hasn't been there. He will be there this week. So I'm at the point where, I mean, I don't think it's going to stop Henry, but it's definitely something to look at, for other options on your field, especially in the passing game. So
absolutely. Good stuff. Jonathan saying $40 on Henry scoring a 60-yard touchdown or longer.
Yeah, probably.
I wouldn't take that bet. So that tells you that, because I'm right there with you. I think he gets one of those against this Kansas City defense.
Every game.
He does it against almost everyone. So I what's funny is, to me is, I would set the over under on 2.5 touchdowns. Maybe 1.5 might be a little.
He's only had one game where he hasn't had a touchdown, but he had like over 150 yards or something like that.
Yeah,
it was insane.
I think one of the props I heard, on Undisputed, was like 126.5 yards is where they have the over under set for him. So
wow,
that's outrageous.
And you can't not take it either. Like you would probably go with the over.
Really? I'd go with the under,
total,
but I'm just saying it's crazy.
If it's total yards,
total yards. That's tough, man. But that's just out to show you how dominant that Vegas.
Oh, for sure,
viewing Henry. So anyway, we got Martin saying thanks to Dustin over here. So that's always good. Loving the chat room there. John, I think you put this up already.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It's crazy that he's not even a starting option. Dustin saying, is this a buy low on Julio?
You could, but I don't think it's worth it.
I mean, would you trade Ayuk for Julio? If you had Ayuk, no. Would you rather have Ayuk or Julio?
Ayuk.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
He's healthy. Who do you want? A healthy guy or a hurt guy?
True. But if your healthy guy is only scoring you 2 points.
It doesn't matter. I'd rather have the healthy guy and keep him on my bench.
There you go. Jonathan, I may take that. We got Drew in here to say, what's up, fellas? Should I sell Lockett?
Yeah, you have to. But you're not going to get anything more than like toast for him. I mean, it's hard to sell him now. You have to wait for that game that he goes off with Geno so that people go, oh, it's worth it now. Like Wilson's not coming back till what, week 11, 10, 11, something like that.
6 to 8 weeks. Obviously, he's trying to beat that.
No, I know. But I'm trying to think. What is that? Yeah. That's 6 to 8 weeks from. Yeah, so that's 11 or 12. I mean, you're going to be. If you don't want to use him for the next 6 weeks, I mean, then get rid of him. But you got to wait for the game that he blows up. So I don't think anyone's going to touch him because everyone's in the same mindset. They know that Russell was the one that made Lockett worth it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Going back to Derrick Henry is averaging.
That's insane. I saw that. Wow.
So at the 126, man, that's an interesting line. They talk about the Niners yet. Martin saying, "Go Niners." What's our thoughts on Hasty coming back? We will.
He's coming back.
That. Yeah,
no, I'll even say now he's coming back. They said that he's going to be coming back. I've been looking at injuries all day today because that's what I do on Fridays and all during the week. So he's coming back, and I think it's just going to be Mitchell, him, and Kyle Juszczyk. So we'll get into that game. Don't worry.
Absolutely. And Dustin was saying good question. So there we are. All right. So let's get into the next game here. We have Martin's Atlanta Falcons at the Miami Dolphins. We have Atlanta favored actually by 2.5 in this game.
Yeah, for sure.
We have a 47.5 point over under here. Break it down, man. Tell me what you think about this Falcons Dolphins matchup.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Right now, it's mostly the Dolphins side that has a ton of injury. Right now, they're dealing with a lot of injury, more on the defensive side of the ball. I saw. I'm just double checking now. The injuries for Miami. Let me see. Okay, so they list Xavier Howard is questionable. They have Byron Jones is questionable as well. So both of them are going to be a little banged up. They have a lot of, linebackers and, a lot of other guys that are still questionable as well. Right now, I'm getting to the point where their defense is definitely you play your offense against them. So Matt Ryan is definitely a big option, especially with Ridley coming back this week. Pitts is still going to be a good option for now. Until he goes against someone viable, I really don't like him. But if he's going against a team that's actually beatable, like the Dolphins, I'll take it. You're playing Patterson, you're playing Davis. Until teams can stop them, I'm definitely playing them. So definitely stick with them for now. It's just right now, I think the biggest question mark in this particular game is the Dolphins' offensive side of the ball. I think you're definitely starting Waddle. You're definitely starting Gesicki. I mean, those are the two trusted guys in that particular offense. You're getting Preston Williams is questionable with Devontae Parker is questionable as well. So, they're going to be there kind of, but they're going to be a little banged up. The biggest thing, and I think everyone's wondering this particular question, is Myles Gaskin. Is he worth playing? And right now, I have to answer that question for myself because I am in that particular bubble where I kept him. I have to see what happens with him. He's still an option. But the hardest thing for me is he did very well against Tampa Bay. Didn't do well against the matchup he should have done well in. And then now you're going against Atlanta, who's okay, against the run. So right now I'm at the point where I'm pretty much sticking with Gaskin in this particular game because I think that right now Miami is the underdog in this, I feel like they might get to the point where they have to pass it. So they will rely on him for that, like they did in the other one. So, and I'm also going to answer John's question real quick. He's asking, Mike, how you liking Jason Sanders? Honestly, I really do like Jason Sanders. I had him in my league. I dropped him for David Carlson just because it's indoors. This one's going to be at Miami. I never know the weather until it happens, and it always changes last second. But I do like Jason Sanders overall. He can kick that 50-yard field goal without a problem, even though he missed one in Tottenham. So I'm not against that move. Miami tends to stutter like right around the 40-yard line, so I'm not against it. He's probably in my bottom, probably top 10, but he's at 9 or 10 rankings wise. So
absolutely.
What about you?
No, I mean, I pretty much kind of agree with most of what you said there. Yeah. Obviously the big question here, of course, is the, Gesicki side of things. Obviously we know, I'm sure people are also wondering if we're starting Davis. A lot of these times, basically, if they're healthy and they're playing in the game and they may get touches or targets, you're starting them this week, during this Bye-Nado. Yeah. Especially in a matchup like this, going against these two defenses, you do have good opportunities for people to, get their points here. Of course, more so because of the Miami cornerbacks being a little banged up. So
yeah, for sure.
And more so just having that motivation, if they're going to play, that was the biggest thing they had kind of going on. Was their offense, not moving. So if they can get some momentum going, it could turn out to be a pretty good game because it seems like the Falcons sometimes try to figure out interesting ways to try to lose games. So
yeah,
that's Matt Ryan for you. So he's gonna do his best to try to lose that game.
I'm starting Matt Ryan because I have to. I'm definitely okay with it against this defense. So, and no, he is not the GOAT. I like Matt Ryan, though. I've always been a fan of Matt Ryan. I know that you haven't. He's just, in our decade of watching, or more of watching football, he's just been that guy. He just, I don't know. He's something about him that I really like. So,
absolutely. So we have another question here. Brandon Cooks or Jacoby Myers rest of the season?
Yeah, Dustin ain't wrong. That's a great question. I kind of like Myers rest of the season. He's just more steady than all of them. Honestly, he gets anywhere between 6 to 8 targets a game, and he's reliable. Brandon Cooks is great. I really do like Cooks as well, but he, with the quarterback play, until Tyrod Taylor comes back, I'm not comfortable with him. Even with Mills, he's done well, but I prefer Tyrod with him. So for me, Jacoby Myers just feels more safe. Upside wise, Brandon Cooks, but rest of the season, I like sticking with consistency if it's rest of the season, just because, a guy that's consistent tends to do better than someone that's like this, where you have no idea. So
give me Myers. No Cooks for me.
Yep. And I agree with
two touchdowns.
Dustin. I agree with you, and I'm hoping that's the case.
We have Jonathan in here saying Waddle will be wide receiver 1 with Watson. Just watch.
No. Let's first get this off the table. I'm just gonna
do it
right
Mike.
now.
Do it.
Watson is not going to Miami. Just leave it be. That whole thing was a lie. The whole thing was just to stir up and try to get more trade value for him. Just let it go. He's not going to Miami. He's not going anywhere.
There it is.
No one's going to pay for him. He's a PR nightmare. It's not happening.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And I just remembered to send Tycoon the stream invite, so he might join us here a little bit later. So
yeah,
might have a fantasy boardroom member in the house tonight. So
I haven't seen him in so long. I can't wait.
There we go. So just a little tease there. So let's see. We have Jonathan saying the league is asking Henry to hit 2K yards a year by adding a game.
He's gonna break. He's definitely breaking Dickerson's record. It's gonna happen. I wonder how they're gonna do that though. If he breaks it in 18, are they gonna still give him that particular record, or are they gonna go, no, everyone else did 17, so you're not gonna get it? Like, are they gonna do that? I wonder.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see, man. I'm glad I don't have to make these decisions for these record books.
Yeah.
We have Martin in here with us still. Appreciate it, man. Saying running back is so scarce, I think you might have to put Gaskins in.
Oh, I'm putting him in regardless. I have to.
Yeah,
I have no choice. I have Mixon and him, and then it's nobody. Literally nobody. I have 5 people on my bench that are literally on a bye. So
I think Jonathan's talking about.
He's talking about Watson
here. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
we'll see, man.
He's not worth anything in Dynasty. He's worth little, but he's in any other format in redraft, he's worthless. Get rid of him.
Yeah. I don't want anything to do with it.
I don't want any part of it. I know he's not going to be around. Get rid of him.
Absolutely. All right. So we'll get into the next game here. We have New York Jets at New England Patriots. We have the Patriots favored by 2.5 with a 42.5 point over under. Obviously,
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, we have the 2 rookies. We have a rematch, on our hands, I believe.
This is early.
Yeah,
a lot of times they spread it out a little bit. This is the first time they face each other within 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks and early. Usually it's late when they do this.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, so they're gonna get their little revenge match here. A battle of the 2 rookie quarterbacks. Let's start there. Quarterbacks, do you like either one of these guys this week?
If you're going to have me pick between the 2, Mac Jones is the better option. I mean, we saw what happened with Zach Wilson last time. I'm a little nervous. I mean, I know everyone's on board with picking up the New England defense, but I would be a little wary on it just because that doesn't always work out the second game, but Bill Belichick's Bill Belichick. We'll see what happens there. I mean, they're coming off a bye. They have a little more time to prep. They're only prepping for this. It's not like they have any, they didn't have like another game or anything to worry about. Mm-hmm. So this is definitely something that hopefully Wilson learned about in the first game and kind of can figure out, things coming into this particular game. I think Michael Carter isn't a bad play this week. He's now kind of the guy. You can definitely find him on waivers here and there. Tevin Coleman's going to be out for this particular game, so it's just going to be Connor and Johnson. Right now, they list Tevin Coleman as questionable, but he has a hamstring injury that he got on Friday, so I doubt he'll be played. When you get something that late, it's not going to happen. You might be stuck playing Corey Davis as well. I'm okay with that too. He's their best option at, wide receiver. On the Patriots side, you're definitely starting Damian Harris. He's a must start in any lineup. So if you have him, take him. I'm going to be agreeing with Jonathan and Dustin. I'm hoping for, 2 big touchdowns this week from Jacoby Myers. You're starting him. I'm hoping this kid needs a touchdown. He needs a touchdown. That's all I want. I don't even care. If he gets 2, great. I want at least 1 touchdown out of the guy.
We want 2, Jacoby. We want 2, baby.
I want 2, but I'm going to take 1 if I get it.
Make it memorable.
I hope so, man. This guy needs that touchdown. I'm also starting Hunter Henry. I mean, he's been working well with Jones, so I'm cool with that. Ramondre Stevenson's another decent option. If they go up, I mean, they're going to probably just run it down their throat, and it's going to be Damian Harris and Stevenson running it. So I'm okay with those, those guys. I like Jonathan Smith. I hope that's what happens. I hope it's 8 catches, 97 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That would be fantastic. Fantastic. Other than that, I'm not starting anyone else in this game. Those are pretty much
bold prediction, Jonathan. I like it.
Oh, I love it. I really do. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm not even going to bet with that. I that's my hope and that's my prediction. I'll take that any day, man. Honestly, I need that. I'm facing the number 2 guy in my league right now, and I'm using guys like Myers, Sterling Shepard, and T. Higgins as my wide receivers. So during this week, I'll take it. What about you? What do you think?
See, Jonathan, you got Mike all excited here. You got him. You got him. You guys are both on that Myers hype train this week. I love it.
Oh, hell yeah. I love Myers, man.
All you guys are all rooting for. I think the whole NFL is rooting for him to score a freaking touchdown.
Because he came this close. He came that close. A holding call.
It was crazy. So, no, I think you broke it down good. Not too much I really want to add here. Again, it is the Jets versus the Patriots. 2 rookie quarterbacks, going at it each other. And again, you hit the guys, that we're starting. And
CJ Mosley's doubtful, so I like Harris even more.
Yeah, so you're definitely starting him. So I don't have too much more to add on that. That was a good one. We've been getting a lot of questions, about Myers. And we're definitely attacking this matchup, and obviously a lot of people have high hopes for him. So Dustin saying let's go Myers, so let's go. And we have Adrian. What's up, Adrian?
What up?
What up?
How you doing, brother?
Absolutely. How's it going, man? Your name looks new to me. So unless you've been here before, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming in and checking out. We'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button for us, man. If you like what you hear after checking it out, man, we're just doing our game breakdown, some start sit. So if you have any questions, throw them in the chat and we'll get to it. Or comments and anything you want to contribute here to the show. So what up, man? Welcome to Get Right. And we have a Haas sighting. What's up, Haas? What's up,
Haas?
Get Right fam. He's part of the fam now. It's that quick, man. Once you get in, you get engaged. You keep coming back with us on these shows, man. It truly is a family. I love when people write that in there because it really is, man. We're all in here trying to help each other out. Giving each other advice, on how we want to, set these teams and get these W's under our belt, man. Take home that hardware and that cash.
and the pride that goes behind it. So 510 Haas, is he from the 510? I think he is. I remember that. Let's see, definitely not a plug, but how do I find your weekly rankings? Perfect segue. GetRightFF.com is where you can find it. There it is. Mike was on it already. GetRightFF.com. I was late getting my little code to Frank, so mine isn't it there. As we mentioned to him earlier, happy birthday.
Mine's there, but it's not updated.
Okay, so this is what you get, man. We do this part-time, man. But that's why the biggest thing is to make sure you get in that sleeper app. If you want to find that link, Mike, throw that up in the chat for us as well.
Yeah, I got you.
Get that invite in there. Come join the community. You can upload screenshots of your rosters. We can break it down, let you know what we're thinking, moves, we can help you make. Obviously, if you're getting trade options, things like that, post in the community. It's basically 24/7. We have people all over the world that will chime in pretty much any time of the day.
Literally around the world.
Around the world, man, from Australia to Colombia to Hawaii to all over the U.S., West and East Coast, man, and the Central Time with our ambassador Wilson over there holding down that CT time. So again, shout out to everybody there. Absolutely. And there's that link. So go to the description, hit that link. Come join our sleeper community, man. A lot of injury updates. We have a lot of perks that go along with being in there. So come join us. All right. So let's get into this next game here. We have the Carolina Panthers at New York Giants. Carolina favored by 3 here in this one against your Giants, Mike. So obviously a lot of injuries coming out of this one. I'm sure you could talk for days and days.
Unfortunately.
But obviously the two big names that we like, Tooney and Saquon, aren't going to be here on that Giant side of the ball. Obviously we saw the news with the re-aggravation of Sterling Shepard, which sucks because I dropped Dearness Johnson to pick up Sterling Shepard because I traded to get Saquon, and it was just I needed a receiver because I traded Sutton, and I ended up getting and then the guy who's playing against me, of course, started Dearness Johnson against me. So it was a total slap in the face. That's what happens sometimes when you're making these decisions, man. You got a lot of things going on. So I'm hoping he plays. Tell me he plays, Mike. Tell me
who do you need to play
there? Sterling Shepard. Is he
now, honestly, Shepard is questionable. It looks like he'll be more of like a game time decision for this particular game. We already know Tony and Barkley are out. They also think that Darius Slayton is also going to be another game time decision. He's listed as questionable as well. And I'm just seeing now John Ross too, which it is what it is about John Ross. Yeah. They also have Evan Ingram as listed as questionable as well. So they're pulling the Patriots, listing everybody as questionable. So we'll have to see. I'm hoping he does play. I mean, honestly, he didn't practice Wednesday. He was limited for Thursday and Friday. So for me, that means that he's more on track to play than he wouldn't be. It would have been nicer to see a full practice at Friday. So he should be good to go. I'm going to tell people right now, do not fall into the Dante Pettis trap. I like Dante Pettis. He was great, here and there. And you, of all people, know Dante Pettis. He had 11 targets last week. Just don't fall for it. I get the appeal because of all the options out there. Don't fall for it right now. He's okay if you're like in a DFS and you're like, you're spending all your money on like Henry and Cup. Just if you want to put him in at a flex at like $4,000, go for it. But I wouldn't really want to do that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Right now you're going to have to play Booker because a lot of people have to. Carolina's actually been weak against the run the last few weeks. They're actually a pretty decent DST play. So, if you need a defense, they're not bad to play. DJ Moore, Sam Darnold, Robbie Anderson, you're going to play these guys. You're going to play Chuba Hubbard as well. Tommy Tremble is like a really, really cheap DFS option. But that's only if like you absolutely have to. I wouldn't. And I only say that because Giants suck against the tight end. So
say that again. I didn't hear you. Kind of cut out. What'd you say?
The Giants suck against the tight end.
Okay, just the first part. That's fine.
It just hurts. Just hurts right here. Right now, it looks like we'll see what happens with Stephon Gilmore. It looks like he might play, but it looks like Shaq Thompson is not going to play. So they lose somebody, but they still have a really good roster behind them. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not confident with the Giants doing well in this game. Like I said in the beginning, I have the Carolina DST this week. I hate doing that, and usually it never works out for me. It's just a karma thing for me. I was talking with Martin about I'm playing Singleton from the Eagles, who's been doing pretty well lately, and he's my option right now. But I'm actually thinking of switching it to Hassan Reddick, who's been doing really well as well against the Giants beat up line. And, I'm in between on these two right now. So we'll see how that goes. But offensively, if you tell me Sterling Shepard is active on Sunday morning, I'm going to play Shepard. That's how I feel about that.
That's where I'm at. I'm hoping he sees like 15, 16 targets. That'd be amazing.
No, it'll be like 11, but he'll catch like 10 of them. So you'll be okay with that.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
only if it's because they're nice yardage plays and they're gaining nice chunks of
is this your non-PPR league?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Geez.
I need to hit that 100-yard mark. We have that 3-point bonus for hitting 100 yards. So makes it very, very interesting.
I don't know about that.
It kind of equates out to a half PPR. If you hit that 100, it gives you almost like half PPR score. So
okay, well, if you're gonna go for that type of play, it's more Slayton than it would be Shepard. But that's here nor there.
He'll score the touchdown.
Yeah,
that's what we're looking for, is that touchdown upside.
Yeah.
But no, that's good. I have to go back here to Adrian. Yeah. I didn't realize I just said Adrian. I didn't even realize the last name there. So that kind of made me laugh. But this is awesome, man. He said, hey guys, when we saw him up there, he said this first time messenger and long time listener, man. So that's awesome. Really appreciate it. I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that just watch. Feel free to chime in, man. As you can tell, man, this is an awesome community. We're not here to put each other down. If you have questions, throw them in there. Anything you want to contribute or just come in and say what's up. Just so we know you're out there hanging out with us, man. It helps us get through it, knowing that we have people out there, watching our stuff, man. So we really appreciate it. And thank you so much for the support. And, we'll keep rolling our sleeves up here, man. And hopefully giving you here some good content. So he's saying, what do I do with my team? He had to pick up D Johnson, and what a pickup for the week. He had Zeke on bye, so that was fantastic. And Najee on a bye.
Wow.
And had a waiver guy give him 24 points.
Nice.
So congratulations there. And he's saying, I'm trying to trade T. Higgins and Landry for what? What should he be asking for if he's giving away Higgins and Landry?
Sutton, Woods, if you're going for wide receiver, that would be like my area.
Maybe a Chase Edmonds.
Maybe Chase Edmonds if you're going running back.
Kind of that range, somewhere in there.
Damian Harris, Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
I'd say you might be able to get something like that, if they're hurting. Yeah. The thing that hurts you too much right now is, Landry. Obviously, the Baker injury is the biggest thing with Landry.
Oh, for sure.
And also Landry got hurt, as I'm sure, we all saw on Thursday. Yeah. So he got banged up. Did he come back in? And then
no, it was literally like the last series
drive,
of right? And the thing is, I'm actually not against Landry being out there without Baker. Case Keenum isn't a horrible quarterback. He's
basically Baker. Actually,
honestly, you're right.
Very comparable numbers.
And honestly, I'm okay with Landry even with Case Keenum behind center. So honestly, it's not. I wouldn't put them down too much. I think Odell goes down, and I think that the other options pretty much stay the same. So for me, Landry's not a bad option. He's hurt though, and you're just hoping he didn't re-aggravate what he currently was coming off of IR from, which was the knee injury. So he had I think it was an MCL strain, so he was out on IR for that particular injury. Higgins is a little banged up too, so you got to kind of lower expectations for if you're trying to get somebody. So like we said, Chase Edmonds, Damian Harris, Josh Jacobs. If you're going wide receiver, maybe Cortland Sutton, maybe Robert Woods, Devontae Smith, Waddle. Like those guys are the ones that I would be a little bit, maybe targeting. It's based on your team makeup.
Yeah, no, and I think that's a good target area to shoot for. So
yeah, for sure. And yes, Martin agreed 100%. Tommy Tremble is a great dynasty pickup. He shows a lot, man. I like him a lot. They just have to incorporate him more in the offense. He reminds me of Knox in the concept that he's multifaceted and works well in the end zone and or in the red zone. So he's not a bad option. They use that sweep with him a lot on the out. When they get into the red zone, they'll sweep him out on the jet sweep. He's fast. He's got decent hands too. I like him.
Nice. All right, so I'm going to get into Jonathan's question here. We had to get to our first time messenger and long time listener, man. But Jonathan, we appreciate that you're no shy guy when it comes to coming out here and contributing to the community, man. So he's saying someone just offered me Cup. I already like the sound of that. Cup and more. And Jacobs for Adams, Lockett, and Moss. I don't like.
I would take that. I would take that right now.
Actually, yeah, I probably actually would take that.
I would take Cup and more and Jacobs
and Jacobs. Yeah, you're definitely downgrading. You might not even say you're downgrading. You got to remember too, Adams. They're going to be playing in bad weather there at the end in the playoffs, man. It scares me with him. He usually still puts up good numbers at the end of the year. I'm going to have to dive into that as we get closer. But he's, one of those guys. We all know Aaron Rodgers. I had that happen to me last year, where Rodgers didn't put up, nearly those numbers in those frozen tundra games. So it's just something to kind of keep an eye on. But I would absolutely take that.
I would take this. I would take this in a heartbeat. If someone offered you that, take it.
Absolutely.
Take it, wave, thank you, and just laugh all the way to the bank.
Right. That's a nice haul.
I wish someone offered me that right now.
Yeah, that'd be one of the times I would actually let go of Adams. Yeah. Even though for me he's an untradeable.
You're getting Cup and more. You're getting Cup and more out of there. Yeah, Jacobs is a nice ad, but he's definitely better than Moss.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Even that's an upgrade. So and I'm even saying that. So that's it's something. So
you and your Raider hate.
Let's get to some Niner news here. We're hearing good things about Ayuk in practice this week. It was almost like perfect timing. I couldn't transition that any better. Hope the weather doesn't hold back our passing game. So
is that you're more known of what's going on in San Fran. What's going on out there?
Yeah, man. With Garoppolo coming back, I think we saw before Garoppolo got hurt in the first half of that game, he was targeting Ayuk in that game.
Oh, for sure.
He was starting to come out of that doghouse. We were all seeing it happen. He gets hurt. Obviously, the whole game plan changes at that point once Trey Lance comes in. Whole different package, whole set of plays. And I don't think Ayuk really is part of that. They're usually running hard play action, RPO, which usually gets Deebo Samuel, open over the middle. And we know what he can do with those yak yards. So that's what I think about that. I think he is a sneaky little play. But I do like, Ayuk. He's still a hold for me. He's someone I haven't given out hope on. We've seen him flash and we've seen him pass the eye test.
So he's asking about the concept because I just looked it up because I was kind of curious. He's wondering about the weather out in Santa Clara that's going to be happening on Sunday. And apparently from the forecast, it looks like you guys are going to be getting 20-mile-an-hour winds with, 66. It's going to be 66, 21-mile-an-hour winds with rain and 100% rain on Sunday. So now I get why you're asking that question.
That actually makes me feel a lot better about Eli Mitchell a little bit, though.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get into that when we get into that game.
Definitely That definitely will push up Eli Mitchell.
Absolutely. We'll get into that more when we talk about that Niner game then. So I wasn't even aware of that weather.
I wasn't either until now.
I saw the little storm kind of warning, but you get those things all the time. And then when it comes Sunday, it's not even there anymore. So I usually don't, get into that until Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
But that's actually a good one. So appreciate that for giving you a heads up. Dang it. And I have Debo. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do there as well, too. Ooh, I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
You're not playing any of the kickers there.
Yeah, absolutely. Saquon ruined my IR on Yahoo.
Yeah, I think a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep taking him off and then put we saw his ankle. We all saw his ankle. He's out.
Yeah, they do that a lot. And that's the thing about Yahoo that I'm not really fond of is that they do that. They
Unless
switch
you
off.
Sponsor us, we're not talking bad on you, Yahoo.
I'm talking bad on you right now because of that. And I'm gonna do that now so that you fix it, and then you make it so that you can change it so that doubtful is okay to put on your IR. Like sleeper, you can. So I'm gonna put you on blast.
Option they have that option on sleeper on the back end. You can churn.
No, I know that.
What designation levels you want on and off on Yahoo? It's only like what they say, I believe.
Oh no, I know, and that's my point. Change it so that you can at least put someone that's doubtful in.
We want control, Yahoo. We want control.
I don't want control. I just want you to see the flaw in your system and change
Build it in. Build it into it. Give us the option to turn it on or off. So let's see. So made me drop Hollywood because of it. I hate that play.
Whoa.
Thought he was gonna play.
Whoa. You dropped Hollywood?
He had to drop Hollywood because of the whole Saquon thing. Yeah, that's brutal, dude. Did somebody grab him?
Oh, I feel so bad. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's
hopefully
tough,
you can get him back, brother. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Hopefully you have Fab and you can get him back.
Yeah, that's yikes. That's tough.
For sure.
Anyway, Jonathan saying Tooney was looking great. 3 catches, 36 yards in the first drive. Absolutely. If you can target him, get him. He's going to be out for a couple weeks. Go try to trade for him.
Yeah, I'd say 2 weeks.
Absolutely. What's up, Hector? Welcome back, man.
Hey, Hector. What's going on, brother?
Kirk, Bateman, and Shepard play 2. Which do you like out of those guys?
Yeah, Kirk and Shepard.
You're gonna have to
I know this is hard for you because you want to say Bateman, but come on, man. Come on.
I don't think
you can't do it yet. You can't do it yet.
I'm going to the book here.
The dark side. Do it.
So I have Kirk at 32.
Oh, come on.
I got Shepard at 16, so he's definitely a start.
Yeah, you have to play Shepard.
Where did I put Bateman at?
It's also based on if it's PPR or half or standard, but you're definitely playing Kirk and Shepard.
Yeah, and I have Bateman still down here at 40.
Sorry, butter.
So
yeah,
sorry,
you gotta do it. Gotta do it.
I want to, man. I don't hate it. You can go for it, dude. But Kirk we've seen him do it, man. We've seen him do it. Kyler's playing like a beast.
Oh,
it
for
is
sure.
what it is. Yeah. So at Dustin Boswell, speaking of Trimble, is that Keyshawn Johnson or Josh Gordon for his profile pick? So
he does look like Keyshawn.
That's hilarious.
He really does.
I love those. At Hector, definitely Kirk, and wait to see if Shepard plays on Sunday. Yeah. So maybe if Shepard doesn't play, you get a sneak Bateman in there and just kind of see what happens.
Yeah.
He was the worst one on my roster. Hollywood. That's a good problem to have.
That's a great problem to have. I wish Hollywood was dropped in my league.
Absolutely. All right, so we got Ryan Hayes in here. What's up, Ryan?
What up, Ryan? How you doing, brother?
The name doesn't look quite familiar to me with this emblem, so if you're joining us here for the first time, we appreciate it, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for us. Help us grow. We'd appreciate it. We'll get into your question here. Ryan says, start 2, Mike, Jacobs, Cooks, or Chuba.
If you're going to be starting 2 and it's PPR, I'm going to go with Jacobs and Chuba.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't try to justify it. I know you don't like Cooks.
I don't like Cooks or Jacobs. But
I know.
I think I have to go Jacobs and Chuba on that one too.
You have to. It's just, and it's only because I'm okay with Cooks because he can be a PPR target for Mills. They're playing Arizona. We're going to be talking about that game in a few minutes because it's one of the biggest over-unders in, not over-unders, one of the biggest spreads for the week. So I understand it, but it's all in favor of Arizona. So there's not much going on in the Houston side. I feel like they can do a good job taking care of their one guy that they're worrying about. So honestly, right now I'm going Jacobs, I'm going Chuba. They're more reliable. They're getting targets. The volume's going to them. They're facing the Eagles and the Giants. I mean, honestly, the Eagles are a little bit better against the run, but I feel like they have the ability to get it out to them. So I'm a little more comfortable with those two options compared to a guy that we're unsure about in the context of you have a rookie quarterback that, had one game with 13 targets to him. Other than that, they didn't really do much. I'm just sticking with what I know. So
there it is. And we agree there. And he did confirm it is a full PPR there.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yep.
Season, what's up, FF Season?
What up, FF Season? Man? How you doing, brother?
We had a whole Gibson section up there that we talked about when we did our Washington breakdown at the top of the show. If he plays, you definitely are okay to start him. Basically, his question here is saying, do we trust Gibson this week? He has tons of buys and injuries, as we all do. Only other options would be Devontae Freeman and Michael Carter, which aren't inspiring. So are we definitely starting Gibson if he plays over Carter and Freeman?
That's so tough, man. And that's where we're at. Like in this part of the season, that's where we're at, where these questions are. You remember drafting Gibson in the second round and he was going to be your guy, and now you're asking if you're going to start a guy you're going to start a guy like Devontae Freeman, who's off the couch. I want to go Freeman because it's just it's just a better option, but I just don't feel right saying it, it's dirty, I wouldn't start Carter. I just don't think it's a good idea. He's a good idea if you have no other options. You do have options with Gibson and Freeman. So I'm going to it's going to hurt. Just maybe Freeman.
Gibson.
Yeah.
I say Gibson. After all that,
it's a better matchup.
If he plays, go Gibson. If you end up having to decide between Freeman and Carter, I'll take my chances with Freeman that he gets.
I mean, we're gonna be talking about Baltimore in a second. So
yeah, obviously, if it doesn't look like Murray's playing. So
no, he's not. He's out.
Yeah. So that's that. Good question, Season. Always bringing good stuff here.
For sure
to talk about. So always appreciate it. Brooks in the house. What's up, Brooks? 7 rings. What up?
7
what
rings.
up? What up, Brooks? Can only keep one. Rashad Penny or Jarvis Landry half PPR.
Keep Jarvis.
Gross.
Yeah, that's tough gross. Choice, man. But you got to keep. Penny is non-reliable.
I can make arguments as to why you could drop both of these guys.
Yeah. I was just gonna say.
I can make pretty convincing arguments as to why you could drop, both of these guys. Interestingly enough, I'd probably maybe hold on to Penny just to see if he could stay healthy for a couple games.
Yeah.
Just because running back is so scarce right now. I think Jarvis Landry is dime a dozen at this point. I think there's plenty of guys out there that can have his, kind of potential out there. I think he's a little more replaceable.
I would wait though.
So yeah.
Wait until the end of the week. Like wait until Monday's game and see how he does and then figure it out. Don't do it now.
Sometimes they don't have that option, man. If they're
I get it.
I gotta go this or this. It's one or the other. So you gotta just cut the cord, man. Rip that Band-Aid off, Mike. Which one are you ripping off?
Penny.
If you see Rashard Penny or Jarvis Landry on the waiver wire, are you touching either of them in a 12-man PPR
league? I'm picking up Jarvis before I'm picking up Penny.
Even with Baker's torn pec and all that stuff and the fracture and all that kind of stuff. We just
talked about it. I'm
just saying. Yeah. That's tough, man.
If I know Landry's healthy and he's playing for the rest of the season, if you're putting both guys ready to go, I'm still going Landry because I still think Carson will come back at one point. I think Landry is the one in that particular offense that is the one. So I'm more comfortable with Landry.
Yeah. No, it's Tough choice. I'm saying Penny. I'm gonna take my chances on the running back. Like I said, I think I could easily find a Jarvis on the wire if need be, especially with him being banged up now. Once you start to see the injuries pile up, he is an older receiver. So we'll see. See how that plays out. Yeah. Obviously, we know Penny's hurt too. So it's literally the only thing that makes a difference for me is one's a running back, and they're so scarce right now. So I think that has a better potential upside for you at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's other healthy Jarvis Landry ability guys out there that you can either trade for or find on the wire. Who do I start this week? Tom Brady or Lamar? Ooh, those are high end problems to have.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, and I hate saying Lamar because it just doesn't feel right. And I ranked him so low. But at the same time, it's based on the league you're in. If it's 4 point for passing touchdown, I'm going to probably go, if it's 6 point passing touchdown, I'm going Tom Brady. If it's 4 point, I'm going Lamar. But either way, Lamar has the better rushing floor. So you're just he's the better option just in general. I just don't like playing certain quarterbacks in certain matchups. Like, I understand that they're playing Cincinnati, but they're a division rival. They know them pretty well, even though they're favored by, 6.5, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Lamar here. It doesn't feel right.
Interesting. I'm trying to see what I did in my research because I'm literally kind of checking because I actually have Lamar as my number one quarterback this week.
Ooh.
Based on my projections and what I was looking at, for whatever reason, I go Lamar, Murray, Mahomes.
It's just a better matchup.
So I'm liking that matchup. I think him and Burrow are going to have a nice little shootout there. Again, it is, they are in the same division, so maybe I didn't kind of keep that in consideration. Usually those games are a little closer, a little lower scoring. But I just think both of these offenses are really, I don't want to say kind of peaking, but they're definitely on their way up. They're getting momentum, as things are going. Lamar's playing at an incredibly high level. We see what the things that Chase is doing. Again, I don't want to give too much of it away right now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that more in the preview. So I like that game for some reason. So I say Lamar.
Me too. Yeah.
But I like how you said it though. Definitely in 4 point Lamar.
Yeah.
It's a little easier to start Brady. You could talk yourself into it in the 6 point.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Sorry. That one got me excited.
No, you're good.
So start one in your flex. Miles Sanders, A-Rob. Definitely not A-Rob. Damian Harris or Rashad Penny. Or Damian Williams. I apologize.
I like Damian Williams. And, the reason why is because he's their passing option. And the passing running back seems to do very well against Tampa Bay. So I feel a lot more comfortable than Miles Sanders, who only gets one rush for 9 yards. So Penny, I don't trust. Rob, I don't, A-Rob, I don't trust. I'm going to stick with Damian Williams here.
I think I have Sanders rated the highest here out of the guys. Only because I think with Damian Williams, I think Khalil Herbert has a role there. I think that's still going to be more of a split.
Not passing back, though.
They've been talking a lot about getting Sanders more involved.
They've been talking about that from the beginning of the season, and they haven't done it once.
I know, man. I know.
No, so I'm not riding that train anymore.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Give me a couple more weeks here with Sanders. I like,
must be gross.
But again, it is week 7, man. This is
how
what we're
bad
talking.
Does that Kool-Aid taste?
This is where we're at. Again, it's not like I'm saying he's crazy. I have him ranked at 21. So
is it bug juice? Is it like the really good bug juice, that you got at camp, or what is it like? What type of Kool-Aid is it?
Right.
It's gross. It's just gross.
It's not red.
That's do it
for sure.
Oh well, yeah. Just don't.
But yeah, so again, let me see it for. I want to see a couple more weeks. I want to see what they can do. Again, they are playing at the Raiders in the Dome. I know weather to worry about. Things like that. So let's see. So I like it. There we go. We have GG Mob Squad. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Pick one to start in a standard league, non-PPR. We have Callaway, Pittman, or Julio Jones.
Pittman. Don't have to think hard about that one.
I want to say Callaway, huh?
I know you do, but it's not going to happen.
I do like
Pittman. You run the standard league, so I'm not. I don't know how it goes with that. Because I haven't played in the standard league since I was like 19. So I'm gonna stick with Pittman just because I know that he has more upside, and you hate playing your particular 49ers to have them go off. So I get why you don't want to go Pittman, but come on.
Yeah. To me, again, I want to see Julio get through a full game before I start throwing him in my lineup. I have to see it first, so I'm kind of knocking him off just for that. I'm not cutting him or anything, but I just got to see him make it through a full game. So then it comes down to Pittman or Callaway for me. I have Callaway here at 38, and I have Pittman at.
I'm at 22.
I think I have him around there as well.
Yeah,
I just saw him. Where'd he go?
But I'm not a ranking slave.
I have him at 24. So to me, that's a big enough gap, 24 to 38.
Yeah.
I'll take it. But granted, I do have Robbie Anderson and Odell Beckham in between that. So maybe I do need to bump them behind. It's a brutal week, dude. It's
dude, I hate Thursday. I hate the fact
hard to
with
rank
rankings.
It, man.
I hate with the rankings that you have to put your Thursday guys in a certain spot so that you can then do your other guys. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to say it.
It really is. Yeah. But it is. So that's how I go there. So I go Pittman, Callaway, Jones in that order. Devontae or Tyreek rest of the season?
Ooh, good question. I'm gonna stick with my boy Tyreek.
Yeah.
I just like him better. I like Devontae Adams, but I like Tyreek way more.
Tyreek's a little nicked up, man.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to play someone that's nicked up or, But.
Adams just a beast. He doesn't have a Kelsey there, to take targets away.
I agree. But he still does well with that guy.
True. But I'll still go Devontae. Just to split it up.
Okay.
Just to make it a little more. Oops, I think I got ahead of myself there. All right, so Adrian Beers. This is so funny. Who's calling me now?
It's probably boardroom.
Oh, it's my son. That's all right.
No.
Get to
it. He'll be fine.
He's
House is burning down. No big deal.
The wife's home, so they. Oh, he wants phone time. That's what she's telling me. He wants phone time. He can get phone time later.
That's hilarious.
He knows I'm on a stream. So we have Adrian in here saying was offered Hubbard for Khalil. Herbert only really needed a player for 1 week. Got Najee and Zeke on a bye. Yeah, I think I have Hubbard higher than Khalil this week. So
I would have stayed with Hubbard.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was offered Hubbard.
Oh, yeah. Then go with Hubbard. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So take that trade for sure, especially if you just need it for the 1 week.
Yep.
We both have him rated higher. Is Judy someone I should trade for? Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Broncos are looking a little rough right now, especially with that defense being banged up.
They'll be fine.
There's this going to lead to good game scripts for them once they get Judy back.
You mean bad game scripts, but good for the wide receivers.
That's what I meant. Good for you know what I meant. Yeah. Negative game script for them, positive for the fantasy folks out there. So we got Ryan here saying Thielen and Swift for Eckler. I'm good at wide receiver. I have Tooney, Debo, Cooks, Ridley. At running back, he has CMC, Jacobs, and Chuba.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, Eckler's that dude, but to me,
for sure,
I would much rather, I think, have Swift and Thielen just to stay that wide. I personally don't like Cooks and Ridley, and Tooney's hurt right now, so to me, you're actually a little thin at wide receiver.
Yeah.
But I don't. The upgrade between Swift and Eckler isn't as great. I think is having just that additional, wide receiver there.
No, you know what he's doing? He's replacing CMC with Eckler, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it. I rather give away. No, I
also
give
don't
away
like
the
Jacobs either. I also don't like Jacobs either. So to me,
I'd rather have Jacobs. I'd rather have Jacobs. I like Swift, and I know that Boardroom will sit here and yell at me for an hour about Swift. I like Swift, but I like Jacobs as more of a consistent guy compared to Swift, who could be in and out every week.
Classic answer from Classic Mike. Give me Swift and CMC with Thielen and Debo and then Tooney when he gets back. If Ridley or Cooks do anything, you still have him there. You have your handcuff, and you still have Jacobs as your RB3. Give me that starting lineup instead. I'll take that.
Okay.
There it is. I like it when we don't agree. It makes it better. Makes it better. And that's a 12-man PPR. And that's, Ryan, pretty much when we go off of everything, that's what we assume. If it's any different, if it's any different than a 12-man PPR, then let us know. And he also has Cordell Patterson. So now you have an extra running back and wide receiver. So that works out. Penny is a paper boy. Hell got cracked first play and is out again. Exactly.
Yeah. It's so hard to pick Penny. I like Penny. He's so good when he actually is on the field, but he's gonna get hurt.
There it is. Lucius Verinis, 44.
What up?
Lucius, what's up, man?
Yeah, he's been here before.
Has he? Oh, okay, cool. Maybe it was one of the shows I missed, but how you doing, man? He says, I see Freeman on my wire. Should I cut Tooney and get him? No.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
No.
I mean, if you're really short at running back, then maybe, but right now, no.
Play someone off the wire at running back for now. Even Kyle Juszczyk if you need to.
I wouldn't even go that deep.
I'm just saying, like, I would literally play Juszczyk before I would cut Tooney. You just keep him for a couple more weeks. Yeah. He's going to blow up. You can trade him for pretty much whatever running back you need. So, I'll take that. So, my dog's going crazy.
Is the house burning down?
No, I think my son might be coming over trying to get his phone time now. Again, we'll see.
No, it's all good, brother. You do you.
No, it's all good, man. I love it, dude. That's where we get the live shows, man. It's awesome. So we have GG Mob Squad here saying at Dustin Boswell, Devontae all the way, bro. Casey has many weapons, and Hill always has that double coverage. So, he's another vote for the Devontae.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Dustin saying thanks for the input there. Not much faith on Callaway taking on Seattle.
Me neither. You're going against Marcus Lattimore. Sorry. I don't.
Who's going against Marcus Lattimore? Marcus Lattimore's on
Callaway's
team.
Wow.
Seattle is a terrible passing.
Yeah, I know.
That's why, or passing defense, and so that's why.
Remember, I'm at least 2 to 3 deep. Just we're good.
He's in there, and it's late for him over there on the East Coast.
Oh my God, 2 o'clock.
We got him staying up late here. It's funny on that Sunday show when I make it on, if and when I make it on with you.
I love when we switch.
Usually I'm the groggy one. I'm like, hey man, whatever you say. Like, you just correct me. I don't know what's coming out of my mouth now. No. So Haas here saying if Collins doesn't play, will Penny be the RB1?
No, he'll be the RB1 on his team, but he will be a low end flex, if anything.
As far as his fantasy ranking.
So. Yeah, I wouldn't put him any higher than like 30, and even then I wouldn't play him.
Yeah, he's like one of those guys, like if you have Collins and you're holding off until Monday night and he's ruled out, and then
I mean,
this play him. So
this is more of a better. Andrew has a better question for that particular situation.
I would take Callaway.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't play and you have no other choice, do you play any one of them or Callaway? I'm playing Callaway. It just makes more sense.
Absolutely. So we agree there.
Yeah,
it's Tony. I keep saying
Tooney. I said Tony.
I think I keep saying Tooney.
I was gonna say because I remember someone saying it's like Tony, like from Sopranos, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Forget about it.
About it.
See, we love it, man.
I'm not even from Jersey, man. Like, come on,
bunch of New
Yorkers. I'll do it now because he's gonna ask right now. Hot dog.
It's HAWTE. Hot dog.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is, man. Love it. We got Ryan in here saying Tua or Carr.
Oh, that's a great question. I actually heard someone ask that question this morning.
It was our guy Neanderthal that was asking that last show.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna go with Tua.
He's going Tua. I have Carr at 10 and I have Tua at 12, so it's close. I have it close.
Yeah.
I have Sam Darnold right in between that for some reason.
I'm doing Tua just because I think the Eagles have a pretty decent secondary.
Tua or Darnold?
Darnold.
I'm going to move my ranking right now because you said that. All right, I got 2 out of 11. Carr or Tua? You already answered that. I'm not moving that. I stay firm on the Carr.
There you go.
Versus Philly. They don't have a good secondary there. Yeah. And I think Waller can have a big game this week. All right, so them boys are saying Carr. What's it like, 2 a.m. over there? Crazy-ass Mike.
Hey, man. I don't know how many shows you've caught of ours on Friday, but I've stayed up till like 5 o'clock. No, 5 the other night.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We went
last week.
3 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, my God. That was a long-ass show.
That's funny. 2 Toes Tony. Oh, there we go. See, that's a good way to do it. And you would think I would understand it because my name's Anthony. I mean, I should understand that it's Tony. But when I see the E there, when I see the E there, for whatever reason,
it throws you off.
It makes the O look like a U. So to me, it looks like Toonie. So that's why I keep saying that. So I'll get it right.
Honestly, I always thought it was 2 O's for a while.
So
I always thought it was Toonie.
Yeah. So. And that's the other reason too. So it's we'll get there, man. We'll get the pronunciation, especially if he keeps playing the way he has, man. He looks good.
Side note, Falcons are 30th against QB. So I'll stick with Tua.
Fire him up.
Yep.
Fire him up.
5 a.m., bro. Yeah.
He said it's the hat. That's funny, man. Get off my hat, man. I love this hat. I'm so happy with this hat. What's up, Jerry? I knew you were still watching, my guy. He says Jimmy G, Heinecke, or Danny Dimes. Mike, Ant and I have discussed this. Yeah, so he and I went. We talked about this for a long time today. It was a good conversation. Let's get your thoughts, Mike. What you think?
I'm gonna have to go Jimmy, and it's only because San Fran. I mean, the Colts are beat up right now on their secondary. I feel a little bit more comfortable with him coming back. He does okay in prime time. And I think he'll be serviceable. I think he's trying to keep his job too. And with Trey Lance out, he actually has the opportunity to be just him. So I think that he has a better option than Heinecke. And hold on one sec.
Ooh, bless you, my guy. Bless you.
Did you hear that?
No, I just saw you.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, I sneezed. Okay, cool. The mute worked. Anyway, nice. Danny, I mean, right now I don't trust them against Carolina's defense, who has been pretty good and are banged up. O-line. Heinecke, he hasn't shown anything to me out of these 3, so I like Jimmy a little bit better than these 3 options. I mean, Matt Rule was talking. I got to listen to an interview with Matt Rule again. Just talking about Danny Dimes and saying he's elite and this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, dude, I'm a Giants fan. I'll be the first one to say that he's elite, when he actually has options and you give him a line and time to throw. Otherwise, he is the bottom of the barrel. I could
be elite if you give me all that.
Yeah, well, that's my point. So I mean, Danny's upside of the rush yards are what keep his floor pretty solid. But I prefer Jimmy just because he, that offense is a little bit more viable. I think that he'll be okay against the Colts. So I'm going to stick with Jimmy here.
Jimmy or Goff?
Oh, that's a gross question too.
6 teams on a bye, Mike. This is what we're dealing with.
I'm definitely not going to go. Yeah, but I'm not going to go Goff because that Rams defense is something. I'm going to stick with Jimmy here.
There it is.
You have no choice there. I mean, the Rams going against it. I know it's a revenge game for both. We're going to talk about them soon. But right now, I'm sticking with Jimmy.
There it is. He doesn't want my opinion, just yours. All right. So we're caught up in the chats. Finally, appreciate it, man. Keep your guys' questions and comments coming. And again, if you're watching out there, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. We appreciate it, man. So we have. Oh, he's saying before we get into the next game. I see what he's saying. He's saying it's because it's me, so he doesn't want his input skewing his judgment. So
there you go. Fair enough.
And as you guys can all see, if this is what I'm going up against, I should be able to take home the W here. I mean, if he's worrying about starting Goff or Jimmy, I got this in the bag. So it is what it is. We got a Jerry Neanderthal here saying thank you, man. So
no problem, brother.
He appreciates that, Mike. And like I said, he and I went back and forth today. Good conversation, man. So always love doing that, talking some football, man. So we have we'll get in the next game here. Cincinnati Bengals at Baltimore Ravens. We have the Ravens favored by 6.5, 46-point over under. As I was kind of talking about earlier, I'm looking forward to this matchup just to see how it is. We have a division rivalry. We have rivalry. I don't know where that came
from.
You hear that? I'm picking up on your New York accent here. Something's going on. I'm hanging out with you a little too much, Mike. But we have this Burrow versus Lamar showdown. I think it'll be awesome. Jamar Chase is looking like a superstar out there, man. Just waiting to see the next, big play that he makes, or can he, keep this up, at this point. So it's very exciting. We're seeing, Rashad Bateman start to get ramped up here. We have a carousel in the backfield there for Baltimore, but of course it's all headed by that man with the ball in his hand in Lamar Jackson. So give me your breakdown here. What do you think's going on in this game?
Yeah, I mean, right now, Latavius Murray and Sammy Watkins are both listed as out. That's a kind of a big deal for the running back carousel that you were just talking about. It kind of puts Devontae Freeman in the driver's seat, unfortunately. It's just so tough saying stuff like that. And they have Le'Veon Bell and Tyson Williams. I mean, you would think Tyson Williams would get the start, but nope. It's really tough. The Bengals don't have anybody that are listed as out. They have someone I've never, two guys that I've never heard of listed as questionable. So, all your main guys are pretty much up and ready to go. So that's good for Cincinnati, bad for the Ravens, even though they're favored by 6.5. Just shows that, Vegas shows their offense is and their defense is something to reckon with. So, right now,
good test for Burrow in this Cincinnati Bengals team, man. It'll really see where they are, where they truly are.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it for the Ravens side of the ball, if you're going to go with a running back, go with Freeman. I mean, he's the better option at this point. Bateman is viable if you want to use him, but he's one of those guys in like a 14-team league that you're going to want to use him in. You're not going to want to use him any lower than that. You're playing Hollywood, you're definitely playing Lamar, you're definitely playing Mark Andrews, who's playing out of his mind lately. They have a really good connection. I think if memory serves me, he's like within a point of Kelsey at this point. And he's the tight end too. So, you're definitely sticking with him at for now. For the other side of the ball, for the Bengals, I mean, you're going to play Joe Mixon. I know he's been nicked up a little bit. He played well. He got 24 carries last week. I think he'll be fine. Even with Samaje Perine coming back from, COVID, yeah, he could take some third down more, the work from him, but I think he'll be fine. You're definitely starting Jamar Chase. I think everyone's biggest question is T. Higgins. Is he going to be okay? Everyone wanted him to be that guy. I wanted him to be that guy. So are you going to, do you feel comfortable with him as that guy?
Yeah, I think he's, coming back here still from this shoulder. Obviously defenses are going to start, rolling that coverage. Burrow's going to look at, Chase to see if he can get that big play, but we did see, Higgins come down with, some crucial catches. So he does trust him, more in a football sense, not so much in a fantasy sense. He does trust him. And the important part about that is it will move the chains and keep their offense on the field. And that's what's important, because if they can keep those chains moving, it's going to open up more opportunities, more catches, and more plays for this offense. And if we get back to the point, to where Burrow starts to, throw 40, 50, 60 passes a game again, that's when we're going to see these Cincinnati wide receivers eat, including Boyd. With him only attempting, 20 to 30 passes a game, that's what's limiting, these three guys, from being able to eat. So, Again, we have to remember Joe Burrow's still coming off of that ACL. He's was closer to that 9-month mark than that 12-month mark that, most doctors prefer. Obviously being at the quarterback position, it did allow him to do that because he's not, running around like a receiver or a running back would. So again, I predicted it, kind of from, I was saying it during the offseason. Don't expect, to see Joe Burrow, kind of back to full strength and, them unleash him, until about week 4, week 5, week 6. And, this is about where we are. So to me, this is the turning point, for this Cincinnati team. They have a fantastic matchup here. I think they need to turn him loose in this game. And that's why I'm excited, because I think we will see that 50, 60 attempt potential out of him. And if we get that, Joe Burrow can have a big game. Screw what the over-unders and the projections say. I'm looking at this game as being, one of the better games of the week. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm a little conservative with the amount that they're going to be doing. I mean, the secondary for the Ravens is actually pretty good. Jimmy Smith and Marlon Humphreys are no joke. They actually do very well at shutting down guys. So I'm a little apprehensive to think that they're, going to be world beaters this week. I think this is going to be a great matchup, like you said. More than likely, I usually pick games against the spread in my family league. I'm more than likely going Cincinnati in this particular pick.
Ooh, that's bold. I still think I went Baltimore in my pick, but
yeah, I mean the only
like
reason why I'm
more than
right. I mean, honestly, the reason why I'm saying that is because, and the one philosophy I go with a lot is in divisional matchups, especially if you're picking against a spread, you're going to pick if it's this far apart. Normally these games are within 4 to 5 points at the end of the game because they know each other so well, unless they are one of those like, Tom Brady Patriots against the really bad Jets. Like, unless it's something so skewed, you then go the over. But in this, I think that Cincy's defense is a little bit underrated. I think they have a little bit more of, they have a really decent pass rush. And I think that they're going to do well against what, Lamar does. Honestly, like I said, I would be a little bit more comfortable, taking the, the underdog here, taking those, taking the, the Bengals here, spread wise. I think it will be a lot closer than people think it will be, 28, 24. I'm not saying that since he's winning, but I don't think they're winning by 6. So
I like it. That's a bold take, dude. I like it. Yeah. And again, I just want to kind of go back and back up kind of what I was saying as far as Burrow's attempts and completions. So he's hasn't had more than 32 attempts yet, or I'm sorry,
I think
38,
he goes to
38 attempts yet this year. So I
45.
think I and if he can get in those mid 40s to potentially that 50 mark, between 45 and 50, Chase and Higgins are going to both have good games.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and a sneaky start, is Usamoah, or however you say that, CJ Usamoah, their tight end for Cincinnati. Again, with all the buys and stuff going on, he could be
if you absolutely you have to
throw in there. Again, I just want to mention his name. I like saying his name.
Usamoah.
I just like saying the name. All right, so Dustin saying Big D Joe don't lose. He was also saying, are the Cowboys going to win the bowl?
No.
Dumb question. Of course they are. And going back talking about your accent, nah. And then Dustin says it's nah. So love it. So we got Season in here saying, does he trade away Tua and Keenan Allen for Danny Dimes and Amari Cooper?
Ooh, interesting. No,
I would like the Tua Allen side, I think.
Yeah, I like it a little more than the Danny and Cooper side, unfortunately. I honestly, I had the Danny Dimes and Amari Cooper side a while ago, like last year, but not this year.
Right. So I'm right there.
I wonder, and if that's even in Dynasty, I wouldn't even probably touch that either.
Yeah.
No, I'd probably go the Cooper side if it was Dynasty. If it's redraft, then honestly, it's Tua and Allen without question.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into our 4 o'clock games here. We don't have again 6 less games tonight, so hopefully we can get out of here on a decent hour.
Yeah.
Not that we won't stay with you guys, but those 3 and 4 hour shows do take a lot out of you. So we have Philadelphia Eagles here at Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are favored by 3, 48.5-point over under. We've talked about a lot of these guys in this game: Miles Sanders, Derek Carr, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith is another name here.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you're thinking. What are we looking out for here in this game?
Honestly, I mean, I'm looking at the injury report now a little bit more than I did at the beginning. I mean, they were very weak at cornerback. The Raiders were very weak at cornerback, but it looks like they got everybody not listed at all. They have one guy that's out that is a 4th string tight end that you're not worrying about. So, for the Raiders, honestly, everyone looks pretty healthy. They're playing in Las Vegas, which is good for them. I definitely like I like Josh Jacobs. It's going to be a little bit of a tougher test against Philly's defense. They're actually pretty decent against the run. But I would still be okay with playing him. On the Philly side of the ball, I mean, right now they don't have anybody of question that's really, that really matters. Dallas Goddard's coming back from COVID. As we talked about in the beginning, I mean, Anthony said that he would play him without a problem. So I would too. I after what he's been, saying about him, I think the biggest question mark, I mean, honestly, first I'm going to talk about the concept of Jalen Hurts being the worst quarterback, but best fantasy quarterback, being consistent at he's QB6, I think, on the year. And he is just killing it. For some reason, he is just, I mean, his rushing floor keeps him right where he needs to be. He averages, I think, 1 rushing touchdown a game or something like that. He is right there where he needs to be. He's definitely worth a play. It's really the biggest question for the Eagles is Miles Sanders, and we talked about him before. I'm not even worth do you play him, bench him, get rid of him? What do you feel like for Sanders?
I want to go back to your Jalen Hurts first.
Yeah,
just to get people there, like you're saying. He has 8 touchdowns passing so far, which is not too much, but it's those 5. It's those 5 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
That are keeping him in there.
He averages 40 yards, 40 rushing yards a game or something like that.
Yeah, currently he's at 300 total rushing yards. The only one above him is Lamar Jackson at 392. The next closest person to those 2 guys, of course, is who would you think?
Danny Dimes.
He's 4 actually.
Oh my god, I thought it would be
so
him.
Not bad. So who's our other rushing guy?
Sam Darnold?
No, he's 11. He's 11.
You're saying 4?
No, who's 3? So Lamar Jackson at 392, Jalen Hurts at 300, and then who's number 3?
Kyler?
No.
Wow.
He's actually number 10 with only 116.
And it's not
yards.
Stafford. It's not Stafford. It's not Brady.
He's not even on my top 15.
It's not even Mahomes. It's not Mahomes. It can't be Rodgers.
Mahomes is 5.
Is it Carr?
Nope, not Carr. Think of who's your rushing quarterback. Who's up there? Those top 5 guys that we were projecting to have one of the best rushing, one of the better rushing.
It can't be Justin Fields. No.
I'll save you on this one. Josh Allen, man. Josh Allen.
Wow. Oh, I keep forgetting about Josh Allen. Jesus.
Josh Allen's up there.
I love Josh Allen, though.
Yeah, 214
yards.
He's
not playing this week. He's not playing this week, so he's out of my head for this week.
See, that's why. That's why. But yeah, so Hurts and Darnold are tied with 5 rushing touchdowns each, followed by Kyler Murray with 3.
Call. I saw you.
And then Taysom Hill there. So we had a couple people guessing it. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Sofian Malik. What's up, man?
Man. What's up, brother?
How's it going, man? Yeah, so he said Allen, so good stuff there. So that's again, I just wanted to highlight that with Hurts. He's actually moved up to QB5 overall right now.
Wow.
So it's again in 4-point, he is a little lower in 6-point. But like you said, just to highlight that rushing upside that he brings. Again, it doesn't look great, but It's up there. You can even say it's kind of Lamar-esque. He's actually a QB6 and 6 point even with those numbers. So again, it's putting up points. So it could be scary. So anyway, getting back to your Miles Sanders question here. You're asking what I thought about him.
What do
you do? Like this week or rest of season?
Rest of season.
So rest of season, to me, he's someone that I like and someone that I would, target because I think he's potentially a buy low.
And we lost you. Lost your mic. It's all good. You've been on that thing for an hour. Yeah, there you go.
Good. Are we good? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I was saying, I think Sanders is somebody that we can target and buy low right now, just because of the way that you're thinking. Obviously, if someone has that type of mindset, to me, that's someone that you can go after. We talked about it, on the Wednesday show because it was the, roster management. It was just me, talking about it. So I didn't get a chance to talk to any of you guys about it. But looking at the schedule here coming up, after this week, he does have the Detroit Lions. He has the Chargers, which are terrible against the run. Denver Broncos. We just saw what a third string running back did to them.
But he's better than you think.
Right. We get the Saints. I'm not an Eagles fan. He gets the Saints. Then he gets Giants and Jets, then has a bye week, and then goes Washington, Giants, and Washington. So nice running schedule there if they just give him the ball. That's our biggest question mark. So, we'll see. To me, he's a potential buy low candidate. I wouldn't give up a lot for him, but if he could be a piece, if you're kind of targeting something else and you can get him thrown in for a piece and swap out maybe like a Chase Edmonds for a Miles Sanders, I would do something like that.
Okay, it's a fair point.
So yeah, Devontae Smith, I like. I'm firing him up as well again. We talked about those matchups, a couple tough ones there against Lattimore and Byron Jones, but I still like him there.
Okay,
all right. So
I mean, the only other guy I like in this matchup is Renfrow. I think he's a steady, a really steady high end 3 that can get you high end RB2, wide receiver 2. When he goes all out and they start targeting him and, pepper him for like 12 targets. He's definitely the one that's eating into Waller. I think that's another fun question that everyone has is Waller still that top 3 tier? And unfortunately, Renfrow has been eating into that particular target share that he is
I'd agree with that.
known for. And that's where Waller is kind of downgraded a little bit, but he's still targeted enough that you kind of still want to play him. So, Renfrow, I'm really a big fan of. So if he's on waivers, grab him. He's worth it.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to get into in that game? We can get to some of the
chats
let's
go for questions. Yeah.
All right. So we have what's up, Andrew? Welcome back,
brother.
Andrew? Good to have you back, man. He says I have Swift, Connor, and Damian Harris. His opponent has Kamara, Patterson, and Hubbard. Thoughts if I can beat him or come close with my 3. So Swift, Connor, and Damian Harris versus Kamara, Patterson, and Hubbard.
I mean, it's going to be a rough road, but you got enough that can get you there.
Yeah. I like, and more so because of the matchups. I like the Damian Harris matchup. Swift, I think, is, good.
We're going to be talking about him next.
Yeah, it's a little tough, dude. I am going to say I do like those 3 guys on that side of the ball.
Yeah.
Or on that side, of the matchup. But of course, with you being part of this Get Right community, I'm going to be rooting for you, man. So let's go. I'm going to say you do have enough, and let's power through this and get that W for you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that particular matchup, like you have good matchups on all 3 sides of the, both sides of that particular running back group, but I like your upside more than his.
There it is. Mike's rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. We'll get that W, Andrew.
Yeah.
Let's go. Dustin saying Robinson, Booker, Collins, or Parker. We could talk about that with him on the other side. Sorry, Dustin.
Yeah.
We're going to get to SoFi on my leak here. Yeah, I'll tell you, none of those. Yeah, none of those guys, bro.
I'm just gonna say Booker because he's the only one that I like out of that.
You're better than that, Dustin. Go find some better players than that, my friend. Go, my brother. Go find some better players. We have SoFi on my leak. My favorite. I'm gonna sweep that one under the rug. That kind of came out a little brutal. But it is, dude. Step your game up, man. You're on a fantasy podcast. You should have better guys than that. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
So SoFi on here said, I just like saying his name. It's an awesome name. My favorite fantasy channel. That's what's up.
Nice,
that's what
man. What's up?
What's up, guys? He said, I finally traded Gibson. Ooh, we got a Gibson trade.
Nice, good for you.
So he says it was Gibson, OBJ, and Lockett for Keenan Allen, and Andrew Thielen. Adam, yep. Why was I thinking Andrew? I think it was because we were just talking about Andrew.
Yeah.
Adam Thielen and Laviska
Shenault.
That's not a bad trade at all, dude. I really do like that trade. Well
Upside.
Done. Again, you're getting 3 receivers. I don't like that you got rid of a running back without getting one in return.
It was worth
but
it,
maybe you can package these guys up and get yourself a running back if that's what you truly needed. But if he was an extra piece that wasn't producing, I think you got good value out of a nutshell. So very nice job there. All right, so and Dustin's agreeing with that. Damn,
we
GG.
already.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So killed it, called it. There it is. Future ambassador.
Let's go to Ryan.
Where are we at? Okay. So I just traded T. Higgins. Sometimes you could just take over for me, man. If you need to.
No, you're good.
If you see me struggling like that, just help a brother out. HBO, man. HBO. Help a brother out. Ryan says I just traded T. Higgins and Devonta Smith for Carson Wentz and Terry McLaurin. Did I win that trade?
I don't think you did.
Ooh, I don't know, man.
Unless you were really short at QB.
Yeah, if it's like super flex or something and you were able to trade 2 receivers for a quarterback and an elite, wide receiver. I mean, you definitely upgraded over both of these receivers and then you got a quarterback for one of the other ones. So to me, I think you won regardless of what Mike says. Yeah. Don't listen to anything else after this. You could just tune out for a second. Go ahead, Mike. Tell us what you think about this trade.
Honestly, I mean, like you said, I mean, if it's super flex, I'm on board. But if it's not, and it's just regular redraft, I rather have the Higgins Smith side, just because once you're basically trading T. Higgins and Smith for McLaurin, which then I'd be okay with McLaurin, but Wentz doesn't help the trade to me. So for me, I rather have the depth with Higgins and Smith over McLaurin, who's currently hurt. So
there it is. All right. Well, I don't know. I'd take it if I'm looking in the future. You're trying to upgrade to those super elite guys in those elite positions.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a receiver upgrade, and then you get a quarterback in return. Again, especially in super flex, I like that trade, Ryan. Absolutely. And Jamie, what's up, fellas? Nice hat. What's up? We got another recognition of the hat. I'm loving it. Nice hat, Ant. Hashtag Niner gang. So bang, bang, Niner gang here in the house. Of course, we have Dustin booing that immediately. He's shutting that shit down right away. But I'm going to leave it up there just for a second. Let's go. Constant reminder throughout the show of who the team in the NFL is. So
should I grab my Giants hat?
No, we don't need your. Come on, Mike.
Right over there. I'll grab
it. Let me just have one of. Let me just rock my Niners once. You got your.
Dude, the one thing about my Giants hat that I love, my Giants hat, I have Hakeem Nicks, Zach Diassi, and Steve Weatherford all signing it, and they were all part of the Super Bowl in 2011. And I had them all sign it, and they were all like original guys for it. So. And it's so hard to find anyone else because no one plays on that team anymore. So it was cool to get all 3 of them. They mean nothing, but it was great.
Let's go, baby.
Oh, shut up, Dustin.
He said the Giants are worse. And he said, "Who are those
Zach
guys?"
First,
we don't even know any of those guys.
First off, Zach Diassi's father started the whole trend of having your kid on the field at the end of the Super Bowl when they won in 1986 against the Denver Broncos. So let's just start that. Second,
so that's
he
why
was
all
there
the players
for 12 years.
hate that now. Now they can't party and swear because they got kids on the field. They can't get all excited and run around without knocking one of these kids over.
They love having their kids there.
It's all Giants' fault. It's all Giants guys' fault.
Giants started the whole the Gatorade bath. They started that.
Whatever.
I don't want to. And they started it with Bill Parcells. And who started that trend? Harry Carson. Anyway, let's continue.
Boo. Where's that?
I'm gonna just
boo.
What? Do not ask who Hall of Famer Harry Carson is. If we have to ask that question, we will have an argument, Anthony.
Who? It's, some of the worst traditions in football. Of course it was started by a Giant.
First, okay, I'm gonna put it right now. I'm gonna put this right now. It is not one of the worst traditions because right now it's a prop bet.
There it goes. There it is.
And my guy I am definitely old, and I was 1 year old when I was I was 1 year old when the Giants won the Super Bowl in 1986. I was there for all four.
There it is. There it is.
I actually have championship banners from all four.
That's hilarious. I love it, dude. Love it, man.
All right, let's get back. Let's get back.
This is what it's about, man. This is why we do this, man. It's the passion for our teams. This is why it all started well before this whole fantasy
Carson's
thing.
One of the best middle linebackers in the game.
Who? Where's my who? I like who? Who?
One of the best linebacking cores ever was Carl Banks, Harry Carson, and Lawrence Taylor.
I don't know. It sounds like you spelled Patrick Willis wrong.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, first off, love Patrick Willis. Harry Carson was way better. Let's just move on.
Man. All right, dude. What's up, Jodeci? Welcome back, man. One of my favorite names here in the Get Right community. I got a lot of favorites, of course, but welcome back, dude.
Seeing Jodeci out here, and it's a great question.
Go ahead, guys. Help. Help. Gaskins or Dylan for an RB2. Drop a like on the live. Guys, I love it. Drop that like. We got all these people watching and no thumbs up on the video. Smash that like button for us. We'd appreciate it.
And make sure you subscribe.
Make sure it's subscribed.
Sorry, I like putting that up when I can.
You know what, Jodeci? I'm going to go crazy and just say start Dylan this week, man. Just get it done.
I'm going to go Gaskin.
You're going to be disappointed with Gaskins, man. If you sit him on the bench, he's going to go off. If you put him in your lineup, he's going to get you 1.7 points.
I feel the opposite. He's going to get like 20 points if you bench him. I'm going Dylan. Gaskin.
Start Dylan. Rip that Band-Aid off.
Ugh.
And get her done.
Still
Absolutely. Shout out to J Media, Niner guy over here. I'm in a pickle. Aren't we all, my friend? It's week 7. Aren't we all? Sony Michel or Alex Collins by week 7. One of these Bye-Nado questions.
Sony Michel is questionable. And we're going to be talking about
and Alex Collins is questionable and plays on Monday night. This is one of the most brutal.
And they're both evening games. They're both evening games. I'm going Sony. Gotta go. And you
better. Hey, and honestly, J Media, we talked about it earlier. Hopefully, Penny is on the wire as a last-ditch resort.
No.
Maybe like a Callaway if you're in your flex or something like that.
No, I was even going to go, if you're going to go with a running back from the Seattle Seahawks, Travis Homer or DJ Dallas. Dallas ain't a bad choice in PPR. So
that's Dustin's guy right there. So
DJ Dallas is all right.
Bro, J Media, I feel for you there, bro. It's
a tough.
This is, when you drafted the team and you notice you had all guys on week 7, this is, just start a guy, dude. It doesn't even matter. You've already chalked it up as a loss. Just get it on, get it over with. Let's move on to week 8. Maybe you can pull off a win here. We're all rooting for you. Unless you're playing me in any league, then I'm rooting for myself. We have Ryan here saying my wide receivers are now Cooper Kupp, Calvin Ridley, Sutton, Judy, and McLaurin.
Yeah, you're good,
QBs are Danny Dimes and Tua. So, that's not a bad team.
It's not bad.
Absolutely. I try to split up Sutton and Judy if you can.
Yeah. Get rid of Judy, keep Sutton.
Ooh. I was going to say the total opposite, Ryan. So there it is. I'm just going to throw that up again just because. And that one too.
No.
All right. Yeah. So where were we here?
My running backs.
Oh yeah, Patrick was not. See, he said,
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for setting this guy straight. Let's
no,
go. I don't know about the.
Sorry,
I can't vouch for Alvin Smith.
No. Let's be clear.
Let's be clear.
How many Super Bowls did they win? Question.
Yeah. Who do they have as their offense? Anyway, moving on. Just like
none.
We're moving on that.
They won none. Yeah, but
how many rings do the Niners have? How many?
I don't care about that. How many? No. How many did the Giants, Carl Banks, and Harry Carson with Lawrence Taylor? How many did they win? 2. They won 2 Super Bowls. I don't want to hear it.
All right, so Jodeci saying a split decision, just what he needed, and he's crying his eyes out. Dustin, you're still here in the chat, man.
Ugh.
Help us settle this score for Jodeci here, man. Mike and I split this up. Let's help Jodeci out. Who do you have, Gaskins or Dylan? And again, let's just confirm that this is a full PPR.
Yeah, if it's full PPR, I'm going Gaskin for sure.
I'm going Dylan either way. Full, half, none.
If it's standard, I'm going Dylan. If it's not, I'm going Gaskin.
There it is.
It is PPR.
He says PPR.
All right. Gaskin. Boom.
All right. There it is.
I'm in the same boat, man. You got to just go like this and just
There it is. J Media saying Gaskins, so I'm being outweighed here. So Jodeci, fire Gaskins up, be disappointed.
And they're going to go with the sauce. Martin's going with the sauce. The good old Dylan.
All right. So he's going AJ with the sauce. So there we go. Love it. Martin's backing me up. At least I'm not out of it alone. Nah. I guess it'll just be Martin and I that'll come cash this check.
Hey, man, I like AJ Dillon, but for this week, I'm going with Gaskin.
There it is. All right. So we're caught up here finally. Appreciate it, man. Keep that coming.
We got Casey up here.
Oh,
Casey's
here we go.
Got a right here.
Oh, nice.
Travis
Sorry
Kelce,
about that, Casey.
Or Aaron Jones or Cooper Kupp and Zeke.
Kelce and Jones. Easy.
Positional
advantage. I'll take Kelce and Jones all day.
Yeah, you could be fine with I'm good with Cooper and Zeke for that particular situation.
No way, Casey.
He has Pitts and Zolt. No. And we didn't go down. He also has Pitts and Schultz as his tight end. I am completely fine taking
Cooper. I don't even care.
No, I do care. You know why I care? Because Schultz has actually been consistent with at least, and if it's full PPR, which it is, he's been consistent with 5 to 6 catches a game with at least 60 yards. I'm okay with getting 12 points out of my tight end, and he's tight end 4. I'm completely okay with I'd rather have Cooper Kupp and Zeke over Aaron Jones. So
can't do it. I love Aaron Jones though. So
I do too, but
that's a little bit of biasness. I have him in both my home leagues. He's my keeper, so I'm just I'm drinking that Aaron Jones Kool-Aid. I love the glasses on the sideline. I just love his whole demeanor.
No, I do. I like him too.
He loves playing football, man. He loves getting out there. He catches passes. The dude is I
like Aaron Jones too, but I like Zeke.
It.
I like Zeke's I don't know. I just like the team he's on.
We all know you're a closet Cowboy fan, Mike. We all know that.
No. Let's just put it there.
Oh, no. All right. It's late for you. I won't do that.
No, we're good. We're okay.
I won't do that to you when it's late.
We're actually doing well. We're moving right through this. We still haven't. We got 2 more of the. No, we're good.
That's too funny, man. All right, so Kyle is here. Is this where we're at? Did I miss any of the other ones? I know you've been helping me out watching.
No, you're good right here.
Not skipping people. So we have Kyle saying rest of the season PPR, Pittman, Manny, or Waddle.
Ooh,
just rank them for me.
Rank them. I'm going to go Waddle, Sanders, Pittman.
And I think I want to go slightly different and maybe go. I almost want to go Sanders, Waddle, Pittman.
Yeah, it's kind of. I originally was thinking Sanders, Waddle, but I'm going to, hope Diggs gets his life together and gets back in there.
Yeah, and my only thing is I'm just going based on quarterback. So that's what makes the decisions to me. Let's see.
Yeah, you can keep going. Yeah,
let's go, Dim boys. He's saying Dylan too. Let's go.
So we're even again. We're back
We're back to split. So sorry about that, Jodeci. We're back to split. So that's just how we do it. Everybody else weigh in on that. Let's help Jodeci by the end of the show. Make sure we're not at a split. We don't want that.
Hey, man, I'm going to have my beer ready too, man.
Yeah,
I'm going to be sending Ant texts throughout the game.
Yeah, I know. When you're starting Gaskins, we know we're getting some expletives here this weekend, so I'll be ready.
Oh, for sure.
He's gonna take get a negative 1 yard catch, and Mike's just gonna be like,
God.
"That's it, I lost.
I'm done. I lost.
Yeah, it's gonna. I can't wait, dude. I love it. Keep those texts coming, man. Yeah, he's saying he has the liquor ready if he drops 2.4.
Oh yeah,
I'd be happy if he got 2.4. I think he put up 0.3 a couple weeks ago when I had him in my lineup. So that was a very
0.2. He had 0.2.
Okay. It was 0.2 or 0.3, something like that. So that's when we got the string of text messages that week for sure. Mike was wishing he was in the sauce.
Oh my God,
day.
It was the worst.
Yeah. All right. So Ryan says Justin Smith, most underrated player ever.
Nice.
Big time Cowboy fan. He sure is. He sure is, Dustin.
Get off the chat and come in here.
That's hilarious. Martin's laughing. Ryan says Dylan. So the Dylan train. Here we go, baby. It's roaring up. We're ahead by 1. Dylan's taking it over, guys. Weigh in. Dylan or Gaskins. Who are you starting this week in a full PPR? Dylan or Gaskins? We have to break this tie. He said he had a 9 and extra. Negative by Mike. 10:05 a.m.
Hey man, I'm facing the number 2 this week. I'm already negative.
He already is. He was already saying F it earlier. So it is what it is. So try to keep me in your prayers if I decide to start him. My neighbors will definitely hear me scream.
Dude, my neighbors were hearing me curse like crazy, and my girlfriend was sitting there like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I am pissed. Every passage, it was the worst.
You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. All right. Well, let's get into this, man. Let's get through the last couple of these games here. Keep the questions coming. We'll get to them. Firing off in the chat. So we'll get to our next breakdown here. We have the Detroit Lions at the Los Angeles Rams. I had to double check this just to make sure I was right, but we have the Rams favored by 15.5 points.
And that's not even the highest.
15.5 points. Yeah, and it's not even the highest on the day. And a 50.5 point over under. This was the trade we all saw, right? This was the match that was circled.
Big trade.
It was the big trade of the offseason, the one that none of us saw coming. We had Stafford traded for Jared Goff, them making the switch. But tell me about it.
Crazy? Isn't that crazy though that these things happen? Like when they're making this trade, do they go, I see the schedule. I'm going to be playing you this year. You know what? I'm going to pick the Rams just so I can face have you noticed how like the last few games have like for everybody have just been like some type of trade type of thing? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, Rams are fine except for Sony Michel. He's questionable with the shoulder. He's fine. They said he's going to play. He's going to play. Swift is always going to be questionable coming in. Same with Hawkinson with that knee right now. So you're still firing those two up. This is going to be a tough game. I mean, I think this is going to be a little bit closer than people think it might be. The Lions have been keeping games a lot closer than you think. Honestly, you're definitely starting all your Rams. Just name them. You're starting them. You could even probably start Deshaun Jackson, and you'll be fine. I think that that's the play here. I mean, you're not starting Goff. You're going to definitely play Hawkinson and Swift. Jamal Williams isn't a bad play either. I think he could be somewhat viable. He's not on the injury report this week, but the only guy I'm probably not starting is any of the wide receivers for the Lions. I mean, not even Ekman, St. Brown. There's just no point. That defense is definitely the 15 points they're talking about. So honestly, that's all I can really say about this game. I mean, it's going to be a world-beating, Ryan's saying 42-17. That's probably what's going to happen, but I'm hoping that it's a little bit closer. We got them boys asking starting Khalif Raymond. I don't think you're screwed, but I think you're going to have a rough day. That's just rough, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit this, man, since we didn't have a Magoats.
What?
Shout out to Magoats, but I'm gonna use substitute Dim Boys here for our interesting stat of the night. Dim Boy is one of our ambassadors pulling this out, so I love stuff like this. He's saying this is the first time in his career that Stafford has ever been favored more than 14 points, and it's against his old team. So imagine,
of course it is
that. Yeah, so I would say he got the better end of the trade there.
Wow. Honestly, I think he's gonna have one of his best days coming against his old team. I mean, you want to throw that whole revenge game narrative. I mean, I'm not going to say that he's going to do it just to put it to them, but I think that he'll do well because of the matchup. So,
and did I hear anything about Higbee here? Is he a startable option here?
Higbee, you got to start if you have no other. Like if you have Schultz and who else is out there? I don't know, Conklin or.
Are you playing a Higbee or RSJ? Ricky Seals-Jones.
Oh,
because that's a streamer out there right now.
That's a deep. I'm gonna go Higbee, and I know, and it's just because I like the matchup and I like the quarterback.
And do you like Higbee over Goddard? Or are you Goddard?
No, Goddard's kind of where my level is. I'd go Goddard over him.
Okay. Yeah. And what about who else is kind of around that range?
Zach Ertz. I mean, I'd probably play Ertz over Higbee.
What about OJ Howard?
No, I'd play Higbee over Howard.
Okay. So that's about, where you're drawing that line.
Yeah, like I'm not playing Cole Kmet over him. What
about like Mo Alley Cox, Russ Dwelly,
Mo Alley Cox I like, Troutman, but I'm not. No, Troutman, no. You can't play Troutman anymore, unfortunately. It's so disappointing.
Still playing Higgins over him, right? And what about your guy? And are we playing the New England guys over Higbee as well?
Hunter, I'd play Jonnu, no. Croft's out for the Jets, so it doesn't matter. Tremble, I'm not playing over Higbee.
Gesicki.
Not playing. Gesicki, I'm playing over Higbee. Gesicki's top 3. So, yeah. Pitts, I might play over him. You're not playing Ferkshire or anything like that over him. So, Tunyon, I'm not playing over him. I like Higbee just more. He's out there. He gets the volume. So
nice. Yeah, I have Higbee at 10. So I just kind of run around all those guys.
Yeah, that's about where I'd have him.
Where I had him out. So there it is. What about? Yeah. So we'll go there. We'll get into those other ones later. All right. Yeah. So good stuff. I think you covered that one well. Again, with such a
it's just a crap matchup. I mean, it's
a big spread. I don't want to spend too much more time on that one. You're definitely firing most guys up. On this side, obviously Henderson should probably have a big game.
Oh, Henderson's gonna have a monster game.
Yeah, so that should be nice. Probably
2 we got a decent tight end question from.
I just want to say, hold on. I just want to say what's up to JJ. What's up, my guy? Welcome to the stream.
Wow.
What up? What up? And go ahead.
No, I was just gonna pull up. I was just gonna grab his question. He said Hawkinson or Mike Gesicki, and honestly, I'm gonna ride the hot hand with Gesicki here. Ooh. So
I think I still have Hawkinson ahead on that one.
Mm.
Just because they are going to be passing to catch up in this game. And again, he is their viable target. I think he'll still get his targets and get his catches. So
hurt against not hurt. I'd rather go Gesicki.
There it is. All right. So let me get back, see where we were here. Ooh, we're kind of a little behind there. Let's go by guys. All right. So here we go. All right. So Gigi saying Darnell Mooney or Corey Davis this week.
Ooh. I like Mooney.
I think I'm going to go with Mooney as well.
Yeah, I like the matchup better.
Tim Patrick got 3 points.
Yeah, it's so sad. He's been averaging like 12 points a game.
Yeah, I guess, we underestimated the short week and the Teddy Bridgewater injury. He started off the second half, looked well, but, they just kind of hit a wall.
Cleveland's defense is not a joke. They're actually really quick on that front seven, man, and they're pretty decent at the corner. Yeah, I don't know, man. If you're gonna give me money on the line, I'd take that, but I don't know about winning it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So he's saying F Tim Patrick, and
I love Tim Patrick.
JJ saying for real. He said he's on his untouchable. I love it. When guys have games like that, they're now on that untouchable list, man. Love when that kind of stuff happens. So same thing. Played him in the league, hate him now. And they're going back and forth on that. Had CD and Allen. Don't do this, man. It's just a week 7 Bye-Nado, man. These are the things that happen. Don't
hate them right now.
Don't hate out on guys that could be a contributor to your team just because they let you down in 1 week that you had half your team on a bye. So
yeah.
Worst thing is I've seen Ant. Worst thing I've seen since Ant in a hat. That's hilarious. It's Ant in a hat instead of cat in a hat. That's too funny.
Nice.
And now I have dude named Patrick. That sucks. Should have drafted better, Dustin. I completely agree with that.
I agree
with that. You were here for Friday Night Mocks, man. You shouldn't be in this position. And then does that. Ooh, I'm excited to get there.
I'm looking a little low.
I know. I'm excited to get there. So he said I sucked. He said he called TMC trash the trade. That's what happens when you don't make a pick for 8 picks in a row.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You guys are nuts.
Let's see what happened. Where are we at?
Just go to the guy right here.
What up, Frank? Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. What up? Even Janice is over here saying happy birthday.
Happy birthday, brother.
Oh, sorry. My some random person here in my studio said happy birthday to you, Frank.
Ooh, and it's Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank.
I love it.
Oh, he said it's Drunk Frank. Let's go. Happy birthday, man. Drunk Frank in the house. Let's
be
go.
Be safe, brother, but have fun, man.
Absolutely, dude. Enjoy it, but be safe. And Frank said thank you. I won't say your name.
Frank show up.
Oh, she said don't let faceplant Frank show up. So stay upright, my friend. Friends don't let friends drink and stand parallel to the ground.
Fall. You mean fall.
There it is, dude.
Okay.
So happy birthday, man. The birthday boy is here.
He's getting ready to go out and fish.
Happy birthday. Yeah. So he's home now early so he can get up and
now.
fish. Yeah. See, I love it. We all know fishing Frank in the house. If there's anything he'd be doing, it's fishing, man. So that's what it is. So Dustin, that's one for you. It still counts, even if it's in the chat. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get one either. But I'm go good. Hard, my friend.
Yeah.
Right, so enjoy it, man. Listen to us as you're getting your stuff ready. And when you have to sign out, good for you, man. Have a good time tomorrow. Get those salmon. He's going out salmon fishing, I believe it is. So hopefully he can catch one. And have a nice birthday, man. Absolutely, dude. Enjoy it. Be safe. All right, so let's get into this next game here. We have even better one to talk about. The Houston Texans at Arizona Cardinals. And again, I had to kind of wipe my eyes here. We have the Cardinals favored by 17 points with an over-under of 47.5. It's, I mean, do we even really have to talk a lot about this game?
No.
Break it
There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to really talk about. And it's the same thing as the Goff and the Matthew Stafford thing. Like, this is the DeAndre Hopkins and David Johnson trade, and they're facing each other. Okay, I'd be okay with anyone on the Arizona side. I'm not looking forward to playing anybody on the Texans side. If you got to play Cooks, you got to play Cooks. Go for it. But other than that, I am not touching anybody from Houston. That over/under seems to be, or the line is true. I'm gonna probably be picking the Cardinals here. So fire them all up. Like I said, my biggest question is who's the number 2, and it looks like Green, in my opinion. I think you feel the same way. He's just been more consistent. So what do you think?
I don't know, man.
It's tough. It's so tough. They spread the ball out. They actually do well.
It is. And I think it's just, if anything, it's, kind of paying homage to Kyler Murray. He's developing well as a quarterback. I think it was a perfect example just to kind of see the misconceptions that he has this year and the progression that he's made, with the lack of rushing, actually, that's attributed to his upside at this point.
If anything, if you took, Jalen Hurts' numbers and you took Kyler's numbers, I'm not going to say, you would assume if I said, guess which one's Kyler's, pretty much you would assume Hurts' numbers were Kyler's numbers. And, Kyler's would be somebody else's. So, it's tough, and that's why we're getting a lot of questions on the Buy Sell Trade show on Wednesday about Hopkins. What do we do with Hopkins? Do we hold him? Do we trade him? What do we do? We've seen what his ceiling is. You can still start him. But him being, a top 5, potential play, it could happen some weeks, but I don't think you're going to see it as consistent as we did, in years past. Just because again, there's too many options there. They're all pretty good. They all kind of have their role and they're okay with sharing. And Hopkins doesn't seem to mind. Again, he is getting a little older. But I mean, you can tell he wants the ball because he always thinks he's open. And that's what these elite receivers are. And we've seen it. He's like, just throw me the ball and I will catch it. And I wouldn't doubt it either. So, AJ Green's been playing well, like you mentioned, Kirk and, or I don't know if you mentioned that. I was kind of reading some other stuff as well. But I'll say it. If you didn't, Green's playing well. And then, it's just that call, that carousel between, Kirk or Moore, who's going to have the bigger game. I think I think Kirk has shown a little more of the consistency, over Moore. But again, Moore can pop off any week, or any play for that matter, and take it to the house, hit his head on the goalpost. So, again, it's a high powered offense. They could score from any spot on the field. And, it is what it is. There's going to be a lot of questions with these running backs, Connor, Edmonds, we obviously like Edmonds more in a PPR. Connor, if you need that, kind of touchdown play, I think they both are startable, especially here in this week 7.
Oh, for sure.
Again, in this matchup against Houston, you can definitely fire him up. I have a question for you that I am actually face that involves this team. Would you go Edmonds? And of course, it's in my non-PPR league. Yeah. So that's why I like getting your opinion. But do we go Edmonds or Eli Mitchell for my RB2 this week? In a non-PPR.
I would stick with Edmonds because of the the volume compared to Mitchell, who actually is facing
touchdown upside.
Yeah, I mean he has the touchdown upside, but that Colts front 7 is actually pretty sick. I rather go with someone that I know is going to do well. Edmonds is definitely a better choice in my opinion.
Oh. And on that note, I'm starting Mitchell. So I just not because for any reason, but I just want to
check your phone for
as you can see, I'm reaching right now. I'm seeing what's
good.
going on. What is he saying here?
I
gotta turn my head. How much do you think we'll be on? Wife's heading to bed. We'll probably still be on, dude, probably for at least another 30 minutes or so, I would say. Least. Yeah, so if you want to jump on, man, just come and jump in and let us know. Yeah, we'll just come on in. And if we're not here, you can pop out, but we'll be here.
Yeah. Either way, we're gonna be up for a half hour.
Absolutely. So that for sure another 30 minutes or so. All right. So Frank is saying Edmonds, Mitchell's gonna flop. So we got Drunk Frank chiming in. Happy birthday, Frank. That's there. We have Martin in here. Oh, I think we I think I passed a bunch of stuff.
Not much.
No, I didn't. Oh, okay.
This question right here.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, JJ. Yeah. So some dude offered me Clay and Gibson for Kamara. Clay.
I wouldn't take that. And I'm assuming Claypool? It's Claypool. Yeah.
Okay. Chase Claypool. I'm like, I don't know of another Clay, but Claypool and Gibson for Kamara. I definitely would keep Kamara.
I would take Kamara. Yeah.
Absolutely. So hey man, my bet earlier this year for Cardinals is still possible. I placed a bet earlier this year in April. So for them to go to the Super Bowl, as we know, Martin lives out there in Arizona. That's the local team there. He is a Falcons fan, but he's just a football fan overall too. So again, you got to hook us up with the guy, Martin. I need the guy so we can get one of those jerseys. I need the plug for the guy. Yeah. And I have money. So let's make that happen. Maybe that might move.
Oh, I thought I was the
top of the line. No, there's another guy that does jerseys. We have a different guy. There's this different guy.
Okay.
He's the guy. So
okay.
help us
out. You guys were talking about like the guy that was on for like 3 hours, and I'm like,
oh,
me?
No, not you. We got another guy.
Another guy. The
guy
to the guy.
He'll know. So let's see. So Frank's actually in here asking, does he go Gibson or Connor? Connor?
Yeah, safer.
He's going to play the game, and you kind of know what his role is, and as long as you're cool with that, I kind of would agree there. Just because again, I hate this. It's almost like we were talking about with Julio. If there's a chance he may not finish the game, I'd
rather go with someone I know is going to finish the game.
Again, we don't know, right? There's always the chance of a new injury.
Yeah,
but when you have a lingering injury injury,
you're going to be taken out.
That can be that can be re-aggravated at any point in time. That can just take you out. Then, then let's go for that. So, and he was saying
Claypool.
He was saying Claypool. So, Dustin,
more than likely,
we're gonna be here for 2 hours. I hope not, man. That'd be a little late. Although we did do that.
No. I'm happy where we are right now.
Yeah, we're making pretty good time for what we kind of projected on it for us. So.
I made my plans for tomorrow after like 12 p.m. Like
there you go. There you go. So that's nice. What do we got here? Frank says that because he traded me Edmonds, but he won't respond to my other trades. There you go, man. So you guys work that out between yourselves. So he said, I tried getting Claypool for Mike Davis and Pittman, but he rejected. I probably would too, especially if I didn't really need the running back. Again, with Juju gone, that's obviously why you're targeting him. But he did come off that bad game. I think he only had 2 catches on like 7 or 8 targets.
It was a bad game.
It was a bad game. So I respect the, attempt to buy low there. Maybe you up it a little more, depending on what you have to give. But again, I'm not chasing Big Ben's arm, right now. So there's plenty of guys that you could probably go after. I almost wouldn't. Yeah, Pittman's still pretty bad too. So is Davis.
No, I like Pittman, but not for that much.
I just meant as far as the quarterback situation. So it wasn't gonna make the argument that I wanted to make. So I tried to bail out of that. And you called me out. You called me out on it, Mike. That's okay. That's okay.
I try.
Oh, man. All right. So let's get to it here, man. We have the Chicago Bears at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have the Buccaneers favored by 12.5. A lot of double-digit blowouts projected here this weekend, man.
In the late game.
So hopefully, if you need points to be had here in these late game windows, hopefully you have the guys on this side.
No, but that's the problem with these late game windows. They're all under 47 points. And they're all in favor of the other team, of the top team. So
that's true. Yeah. So 47.5 point over under. I don't know if I said that on this one. I might have got too excited on that 12.5 point favor there by the Bucs. But yeah, man. So just break it down. Tell me what's going on here in this game.
The biggest
Herbert, Williams. Where are we going? A lot of questions with this one.
Oh, of course. I mean, the biggest news right now for I'm going to start on the Tampa Bay side. I mean, we learned this morning Antonio Brown and Gronk are both going to be out, and same with Levante David on the defensive side, which is kind of a big deal. OJ Howard is questionable as well. So, we got a couple of, big injuries for this team, but it's not enough that's going to knock them down too bad. On the Bears side of the ball, they get Damian Williams back. Honestly, I think he's the better play over Herbert. That's just my opinion, just because they shut down the run game. We haven't seen what Herbert can do in the passing game. And Damian Williams seems to be that better passing option. And we've seen passing options like Myles Gaskin go off and do well in this particular matchup. So I feel a little bit more confident with Damian Williams in this particular matchup. I also like the receiving options like Darrell Mooney. Allen Robinson is a game time decision at this point, and it's the late game. So unless you have a backup option for Allen Robinson, I'd be very wary of playing him to begin with. He's already someone that we're not wanting to play.
Yeah, he's a sit for me, just regardless of the injury. And then you throw that on top of it, I think he's a safer sit this week.
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, you're definitely starting Fournette. You're starting Brady, Godwin, and Evans on the Bucs side of the ball without a problem. I don't think you can trust OJ Howard or Brait, but, if you have no other options because of the Bye-Nado, go for it. But I don't feel comfortable doing that. On the Chicago side, I mean, like I said, I'd be the only two I'm comfortable with are Williams and Mooney. Not comfortable with Kmet, and I'm not comfortable with Justin Fields in general. So, if you can avoid it, do it. But if you're in Superflex, you might have to. So what about you?
Yeah. Again, I'll kind of start where I was saying there with that Williams and Herbert. I think that's probably the biggest question mark here is which side, do you like? Obviously, as you've kind of been saying throughout the show, you like Williams as far as how this game script could be.
Yeah.
I kind of, if I had to start one of the two, I'd probably lean that way as well. I do have Herbert, but I am starting, again, I have Mitchell or Edmonds or I could have started Javonte Williams. Those are the four guys that I have, that I could start in that RB2 spot this week. And I'm kind of leaning Eli myself, obviously for my Niners. But again, I'm trying to decide between him and Edmonds. But again, Herbert wasn't even on my radar to start. So I definitely have him as a sit here. I do like Mooney this week. I think, as we know, this Tampa Bay secondary has been banged up. They're giving up a lot of yards so far. So we'll see if this Fields to Mooney connection could, keep going. He found the end zone last week. We'll see if he can do it again today. Today. See if we can do it again soon, man. We're almost there. Technically, we're in Saturday now, so it's tomorrow. I can technically say tomorrow. I could technically say tomorrow we can see him do it. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm looking at. Are you starting Fields this week? Do you think he has an opportunity to start? Obviously, with a lot of these guys on a bye week, you don't have him in a startable position.
No, not starting Fields.
All right.
I like Mooney just because I like his talent over what they have in the secondary in Tampa Bay.
Okay. And yeah, so I have Fields all the way down here as QB 22 for the week.
Yeah, he's probably going to be lower for me.
Yeah, so I mean, the only people I have after him is Mac Jones, Wilson, and Drew Lock.
I'd actually have Mac Jones. I'd have Mac Jones
Mills
above him.
And Davis Mills. So that's all I have.
He might be just below Davis Mills.
And that's it. So it's his rushing upside puts him up there for me just a little bit more. That's why I was able to. I could only get him that high. I even have I would even start Jared Goff over him. That tells you how bad.
Ooh, yeah.
That tells you how bad. Yeah. And Heinecke, I would start him over it as well.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah. So again, I just have to see a little more out of him now. So yeah. So that's where I'm at. Otherwise, I think you broke it down pretty well. The only thing I want to kind of add on to that is with Antonio Brown and Gronk being down. I think this is a huge smash spot.
Godwin.
For Godwin. As you know, he's my guy. So I think he's definitely someone I'd be looking to target in DFS as well.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't get too much into that here as far as that goes.
I try to fit it in where I can.
Little things here and there when we see some guys we're targeting.
I'll do it on Sunday more often. If you guys have your DFS questions, definitely ask them on Sunday. I have a little bit better idea when that happens because then I know what's going on for all the matchups and.
You took down first place last week.
I did.
Yeah.
And I took it by a mile too.
You did. You were like 190. The next closest person to you was like 140. So you had a nice week there.
And
I started off strong, man. I was sitting in that first place spot for
but
all of the morning games, but it was because my whole team played in the morning. I didn't realize I didn't diversify like I wanted to. So
I did the Burrow with Chase, and then I had Henry with Kupp. And that just took me over the top.
Yeah.
It's so hard. It's so hard to play Kupp and Henry because then you get so little in between.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard to figure out what you want to do. So you either have to go one or the other. And then you have to take your running back and actually get the bottom of the barrel. And I think I used Darrell Williams, which I was really lucky to have. Because he was so cheap. And that's what I had to work with at that point. And it works. So
yeah. And I went with a totally different build. I went with Khalil Herbert and Darrell Williams.
Yeah, and it was a good pick.
As my two running backs.
Yeah.
And I was able to spend a ton of money at my wide receiver and tight end and flex positions.
And it didn't work.
And my quarterback, and it worked well, but it got me, I think, 5th out of what?
You got 5th? I wonder if my dad beat you.
I know. Oh God, don't even tell me if he did.
I'm going to right now. I'm gonna look. I'm looking.
Just tell me he didn't.
I'm gonna look. I'm looking right now.
That's too funny.
Did my dad beat you? Let me see if my dad beat you.
I don't even want to know right now.
My dad didn't beat you. All right,
okay,
my dad had a rough week.
Was it?
You got 5th.
Okay,
yeah, my brother was 8th. So you were
okay. I'm still up there.
I had 171.
I'm sure people in your league are like, "Who's this guy you invited in here?" Right?
I told them.
I'm sure you're getting questions.
Dude, I told the commission of the league, man. I'm like, dude, I got a guy that I'm doing a podcast with, and he's actually pretty decent. And you got what? You got first one week, you got third another week, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think I've only been doing it. I think you got me in after week 2, so I think I've only done 4
you've been doing well.
So I've placed 2 out of my 4 times, so not bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, people don't want to hear about our leagues. Let's get into their questions here. Dim Boy says, would you trade Mahomes and DK for Stafford and Mike Williams?
Ooh. Yeah, I might.
No, says Dustin.
I would.
Would you trade Mahomes and DK for Stafford and Mike Williams?
Yeah,
I'd have to say no on that.
I just like Stafford.
I just like Mahomes, man.
I know it's
not that close to me.
He's a sneaky pick to be like top 5.
It's sneaky, but I'd rather take a guy who could be top 3.
No, I get it, but the reason why he's thinking about it is because of the whole Geno thing. So I feel more comfortable with Herbert and Mike Williams over, anything in that particular match. So I'd rather take Stafford, who's going to be steady, with Williams, who's going to be
until Mike Williams becomes Mike Williams. But just so you know,
I know last week he had a bust. I know.
Are you ready, my friend Tycoon? You hear me out there? All right, let's bring him in.
He's there.
We have the best dressed man in fantasy. Not tonight because
right now it's all good. I like this though.
Exactly.
This is casual.
Exactly. He's here on a casual Friday.
Oh, I'm loving the beard, brother.
We're out of the boardroom, and it's crazy. He's only been growing it out for like 3 days.
Yeah, I know, right? I love it, brother.
So shout out to Tycoon, man, aka in the house. For those of you who don't know, we got the fantasy boardroom here. Check them out on YouTube. Great shows, great content. Tell me what you got going on, Tycoon.
Nothing really, just a Friday night with the wife. So the fantasy CEO is now here. You notice I don't have my proper background because the boardroom shares a wall with the office of the director of the board. So
yes,
if you also hear me speaking in a little bit of a hushed tone, it's just trying to,
I already got yelled at. Yeah. I got yelled at 2 minutes ago. I got yelled at like an hour ago, and I'm still at the same volume. I don't care.
Still at the same volume. we're going up. So we'll try not to let you get too loud over there, Tycoon. But we appreciate you for joining us here, man.
Hell yeah.
Awesome to have you here. We got Dim Boy saying what up, aka in the house. There it is. Of course, Dustin wants to see those push-ups, so we can maybe arrange that some other day.
Before we close, we'll have to potentially. I don't know.
Ooh, there we go. We'll see. He might be able to bang that out for us.
I'm a man of my word. I will hold it up.
Oh, he will. I know you will. There it is. So Dustin saying, "Wow, welcome." So let's let you answer this question here we have coming in. So would you trade? We got Dim Boys asking, would you trade Mahomes and DK for Stafford and Mike Will?
Absolutely not. No.
So
not a chance. And I'm not a big DK person myself.
Yeah.
But
the Mahomes,
the
right?
Gap, the gap with Mahomes and Stafford, I feel, is bigger than DK and Mike Williams. Even though I love Mike Williams, I still feel like you got to lean DK there, even in redraft.
Fair. Yeah.
And just the consistency with Mahomes. Obviously, Stafford's going to match him a lot of weeks, but I feel like you feel like you can count on Mahomes week in, week out. And I value that quite a bit.
Absolutely. And at any moment, Mike Williams could be Mike Williams again. So I'm just saying.
I'm a believer.
No, it's fair.
Absolutely. No, I'm right there with you too. I mean, I think he's shown enough strings of games here this year. Obviously with Herbert, it could have been just maybe it was Rivers. Maybe that was the issue over there. So you never know.
Definitely part of it.
Exactly. So let's see, man. We got some more questions in here. We have Dylan Cassidy in here. What's up, Dylan?
What up, Dylan?
Saying start Rashad Penny, Devonta Freeman, or Rashad Bateman. You might have to fix that background, Mike.
I got you.
One, so you can do that.
I got you.
So,
I got you.
Well, I can tell you it's not Penny. That I can confidently say.
We've had a lot of Penny questions here, obviously, with Week 7 during this Bye-Nado, man.
No.
I'm sticking with Freeman.
Oh, man, that's tough. I mean, I feel like you kind of have to go Freeman. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, too. I think
As
he has the
hard
best
as it is
chance
for
to
me to
score a
say.
touchdown there. That's what I think I'm going for.
Yep.
There it is. All right, so Freeman it is. Them boys is agreeing with us there. And
Martin's
weighing in saying, no, don't do that trade. Don't do it, dim boys. I don't think he would. Maybe just kind of feeling it out. Sometimes when you're staring at offers, sometimes things get rolling, and you just got to think them out sometimes, and just pump the brakes every once in a while. So he's Dylan says he's worried about Gus' workload. To be honest, makes sense. It's wait, Gus?
Yeah, I think he meant Freeman. Yeah. I think I understand that, but honestly, he'll be fine. I know it's going to be a 3-man monster out there, and it's a bunch of old men. They're going to run.
My bad. Worried about his workload. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. Between him and Bill, Bill will get some run in there, I think, but it should be Freeman. We'll see. He says also, is it viable to do a double start with Myers and Harris in a tough spot?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would
100%
stack up against that Jets.
Yeah,
Jets
matchup. Just beat it up. Yeah,
and again, especially with this week. I mean, I can't imagine not starting either of those players if you're rostering them, unless you have just a ridiculous team.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of the matchups you're looking at for sure. I'm still so excited you're here, man. I
love having.
I know, man, dude. I'm just it makes it awesome, dude. So awesome. And of course,
I can't remember the last time we had him. I think it was like mock drafts.
I'm not going to take the bait.
I was going to say he's trying to get you there. There it is. So, he's saying no push-ups. He's just kidding. No, I know you're gonna.
Then we'll do it another time.
We'll make it work. So there we go. Oh, nice little adage you got going on there. Mike adding the names in there. Did you just do that?
I've done that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't even pay attention. Good job. See, I like it, man. I got other people starting this up for me. I appreciate it when you have multiple.
That's what I'm here for.
So don't start any of the Jets. Yeah, we're probably not. I'm kind of phasing those.
Maybe
those guys
Carter.
Out this week.
Carter's the only one that I would maybe start, and that's like a Hail Mary throw.
Yeah, right. Desperation play for sure.
Yeah. Definitely. And I'm going to defer to you, man. We've been talking here for 2 hours and 45 minutes, Tycoon. So I'm going to defer a lot of these to you, man. Any faith in Ayuk this week? What's your feeling?
None whatsoever.
As my fellow Niner
fan.
I'm
taking it.
I mean, you might be back to Bye-Nado, whichever answer will relate to. You might not have a better option, but do I have any faith in him? No, not at all.
I do. I like him with Kittle
Shanahan's doghouse is real and unspectacular.
And he hates fantasy football.
If he turns Ayuk into Dante Pettis, I might die.
Oh, God.
Wait.
And Dante Pettis is a viable option this week, actually.
Wait. So then here's my question. Are you doing Ayuk or Dante Pettis? And if you say Pettis, I'm going to cry.
Is Shepard playing? Do we know yet?
Shepard's questionable game time decision, and I would say he's more on the playing side than not.
If he's playing, then no. If Shepard is not playing, then absolutely Pettis.
Yeah, no, I think he's playing. And Slayton might be playing too. So,
but still, if it's only Slayton and Pettis, then I'm gonna ride Pettis.
I'll take Pettis over Ayuk.
Ooh, yeah,
I love it.
No Tony, no Shepard, no Galladay. Then yeah, I would roll with Pettis.
And Ant, hold on, you had you missed one from up here.
Oh, go ahead.
You got it. I put it up. Should I pick up James Robinson for Mike Davis and Mike Pittman
right now? Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, do it. Do
absolutely.
It.
If you're being offered that, accept that immediately. I think who was he trying to get instead for that?
I don't remember. It was
somebody else. It was originally somebody else instead for Davis and Pittman. And
it was Claypool, Mike Davis, and Mike Pittman. Or Claypool for Mike Davis.
Yeah, and Pittman. And we said no, but to get James Robinson, absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. So let's see.
We're down to there you go.
Debo, wide receiver 1 season baby. So let me get your thoughts on that. You on the Debo hype train? Is it sustainable? What are your thoughts there?
I think it is. Again, Ike in the doghouse, Kittle staying injured. Yeah, Debo. I think Debo probably is going to finish as a wide receiver 1.
Jimmy doing well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, since we're kind of talking about it, let's just get into it right now. Indianapolis Colts at our Mine and Tycoons, San Francisco 49ers. I got my hat on today, my first ever Niner hat that I bought myself. I'm so excited, man, to have it. I had to rock it today. Niners are favored by 4. It's kind of depressing after hearing 12.5, 17, 14.5. We're only a favorite
this week.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's outrageous. There's going to be money made this weekend, I think. So it's going to be a good week for some people, and bad weeks for others. Those upsets are going to be brutal. So we have the Niners again favored by 4, 44-point over under. Mike, break it down for us. What do we need to know in here? We've started kind of talking about it already, so let us know and we'll react.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the biggest injuries that we can talk about are, Trey Lance is going to be out, which is what I talked about before with Jimmy being a lot, I feel more comfortable with him being out there. Trent Williams is doubtful, so that's the only thing that's kind of like skewing it a little bit. Huh?
I said that sucks.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So it definitely skews things a little bit for me, just because Trent Williams is a all-pro left tackle, and that will definitely hurt Jimmy in a lot of ways if he's out, which doubtful means he's probably going to be out, but we'll see how that goes. Right now on the Colts side of the ball, I mean, they pretty much have a slew of people out. Julian Blackmon, it's mostly on the defensive side of the ball, which, is good, for the 49ers in this case. T.Y. Hilton's questionable, which I'm not really worried about because he's probably not going to play. So I wouldn't worry too much about him. You're definitely starting.
Can I stop you right there? Because I'm sure a lot of people have, I've heard people, asking if they want to.
I was going to go Hasty.
Hilton. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was going to say on T.Y. Hilton. So,
do not
back up on that a little bit. So he's definitely looking like he's not playing.
No, he hasn't practiced all week. He's questionable coming in.
Okay.
I don't think he's playing. And if he is, I wouldn't play him anyway. So.
Mr. Auto Pick, as he was known during Friday Night Mocks, as we all know and love. We all knew who had their first auto pick when T.Y. Hilton came off the board somewhere around the 7th or 8th. We had
I just hate T.Y. Hilton.
And restart those again. I'm sure you're
T.Y., man. Why would you hate T.Y.?
Tell me why you like Hilton. Tell me. I have to know.
Just a fun player. Just as a player, not necessarily as a fantasy guy. Just enjoy watching him play football.
Oh yeah, okay. If you're gonna go off of the player himself, yes. Yeah. But no, otherwise.
That's where I thought you were kind of coming from too. So.
No, I was going from fantasy. Get him out of your lineup.
Yeah. There it is. All right. No, that's nice. So again, I didn't mean to derail you there during your debrief, but keep breaking it down for us. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm responding to a guy that's up and that just made claims for a couple of guys that I dropped. So it's kind of funny that he's up at 3 a.m. and I'm just telling him to go to sleep.
Talking shit 3 a.m.
Hey man, he's up picking up. He's picking up Devin White that I just dropped, the other day, today, and I'm like, go grab him, but he just dropped Hunt for him, so I kind of want to pick him up. Yeah.
Oh shit, that was a
so
mistake.
I kind of just want to, but he's not going to be able to get claimed until next week. That's probably why he's doing it, because he can just claim him again. Because he's probably one on waivers and he's just trying to grab. He does that all the time. He's pain in my ass. Anyway, the other guy that's coming back is Jermichael Hasty. Apparently he's available and will be available for this particular game. He's not on the injury report as of right now. So Hasty is a viable option. I mean, he's their pass catching guy with Mitchell. I think Trey Sherman might. Sorry, let me try this again. Trey Sherman is going to be probably, in my opinion, he's probably going to be a healthy scratch. I don't see him playing in this game. That's just me. I could be wrong. But honestly, we'll see. I mean, he hasn't done much to begin with. I think Kyle Juszczyk is a better option to begin with, just because they've been giving him the ball. So, with Kittle hurt and everything going on, I do like Ayuk. I like Deebo Samuel without a problem. But I honestly think if you're in a jam and you don't have any other better options, there's no one on waivers except for Hasty, and you need somebody, he's a desperation play. Martin's all excited for it.
Finally, Hasty waited all night for your opinion on this.
Good. I kept you here for 3 hours. I love it.
Just
very
nice.
Just for Hasty. I love it, man. That's what we do here, man. Love the
Honestly,
support.
I like it. I think he's definitely a viable option if you need a little bit of help. He is playing. From what I see, it's a Sunday night game. You got to be always careful. He's coming off the IR. You want to have that guy just in case. So always have a backup plan. That I can
almost
tell,
like a beat the waiver wire type guy.
Yeah,
because one of these San Francisco running backs is going down this week.
Honestly, what I would do is pick up a guy like Hasty, and if you can have a guy, you just jinx the whole thing.
It's not
Reaper.
a jinx. I'm trying to.
No, it's okay, Reaper.
I'm trying to anti-jinx it. That's
okay,
how the
Reaper.
That's how the Reaper works.
What I would do is grab someone like DJ Dallas or Travis Homer as just like an option if that were like just in case, because then if you can at least pivot to that option, or even Marlon Mack if he's there. I mean, Mack's not a horrible option, so those are my just maybe. I mean, I think Pittman will do fine. I do have faith that he's going to have an okay game. I don't think he's going to have like a breakout game. I think he'll do you well if you need a low end QB. No, high-end QB2.
I mean, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, I think is probably in the realm
that's
of
in the rep.
what's realistic here. This Colts secondary is not good. And, I mean, obviously, we're a rushing team. I say we, the 49ers.
It's a we.
But, again, we're still, like you're talking about, Elijah Mitchell, Jermichael Hasty. While they'll have some relevance, these are not, Derrick Henry out here running the ball. So,
right.
I mean, the weakness of the Indianapolis defense, it's their secondary. So I think Shanahan will look to attack this. So you'll get, like Mike said, a decent game.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll crack 18 to 20 points.
Mm-hmm. And, so no, that was good there. Obviously, we've talked about, Ayuk. That man Deebo is a straight menace right now. So we're definitely hearing those things on that side of the ball. Obviously, the thing I wanted to get into that we talked about, earlier in the show was the weather in this game. So do you want to go back and touch about that,
that's
Mike?
Weird. I mean, like I said before, it's going to be 21-mile-an-hour winds with 100%, precipitation. So it's going to be a little rainy out there.
Did you hear about that, Tycoon? You hear about any of that? You're not too far from San
You guys
Francisco
are out there, so.
Oh no, you're not. You're not in the Bay Area anymore. My bad. You're down here
but I
with
mean,
me.
we have the storm hitting us on Monday, so putting 2 and 2 together, it's not shocking. Yeah,
not looking good there, huh?
Yeah, it said Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday were like the rain for Santa Clara. So I'm assuming, like for me, I can always tell you because I know when it's I know the general idea of the rain patterns out here, but for out there, you guys always tell me, oh, it's barren, there's no water. So for me, I'm always just
we don't get much rain.
Yeah, you guys don't get a lot of stuff. Like for me, I get something every other week. So I'm always around it.
How do you
love it? I love it, dude.
How do you
love it?
We need more. We need that water.
Well, we get the humidity and it sucks, but you guys live in that dry air, which I love. I wish, but either way, I think that this will be more of a, Jonathan Taylor, Eli Mitchell type game where they're on the ground a little more, but passing out, they're going to have to pass it. So, I've never been to Levi Stadium, but from the look of it, it looks pretty well enclosured. I think they'll be okay. Don't they have that like weird side of it where it's like really high?
Not really, nah.
No? Okay.
No, it's pretty open.
Yeah.
Oh, it's. I know it's not like MetLife where it has like the swirling wind in the middle where it's like
it doesn't get that.
Yeah, we don't have that going on. And I don't think it's bad as it was when it was in San Francisco.
Candlestick was worse.
So.
Yeah.
I need to go check reports on this storm, but I'm curious how hard the rain's going to be. Because even if it's 100% precipitation, I mean, if it's just
drizzling,
normal rain, and with what'd you say, 21-mile-an-hour winds though?
Yeah,
that's
I was thinking like that Tampa Bay game a few weeks ago.
Yeah, where it's all windy. And it was actually a little pretty windy at that Cleveland game just on Thursday as well too. So
yeah, I didn't get to watch a lot of it, but from what I saw, it looked a little windy. I mean, that's Cleveland though. You're always gonna have that, that really shitty weather.
Crazy wind, yeah, exactly. Well, before we get into the questions, there, anything else you want to add on that in that game?
No, I mean honestly,
I wasn't asking you, Mike. I was asking Tycoon, our guest.
Well, I keep forgetting.
I know, dude. I know. I'm just messing with you. But yeah, Tycoon, I was asking you. Anything you want to add there?
To one thing, classic Mike said here. I do think it's very much going to be a Jonathan Taylor game on the Colts side of the ball. Would avoid now, actually, especially with hearing the weather, much in the way of the Colts passing attack. I wouldn't play Wentz if you can help it. I would avoid any of the receivers if you can help it. You might be forced, desperation-wise, to have to throw Mo Alley Cox up there or something. But otherwise,
how do you feel about Hines
and Pittman? A lot of questions on Pittman as well too.
I'm not big on Pittman here. As far as Hines goes, it depends on how much of a lead the 49ers can build, really. I mean, Hines is kind of all or nothing.
Yeah.
If you look at his scores this season.
Yeah.
And while I do think they'll probably play from behind a portion of the game, I don't know if it's going to be enough that you're going to see a ton of evidence from behind. So I'm probably not playing him. I take that back. Back to where we are with buys and injuries. Probably am, because you probably don't have somebody better.
Yeah.
Right. Week 7, man. This
is the worst.
Brutal week, man. 6 games on bye, so it is what it is. But
I can't believe I found Devontae Freeman on a team. I was going to have to start Brandon Bolden.
Ooh, yeah, that's rough.
Not all the way bad, but that's rough.
Yeah.
I mean, going against the Jets, it's like the worst time to have to start Bolden when it's a Damian Harris script game,
and with Stevenson actually being viable.
Yeah,
especially with Stevenson being viable.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, that's a brutal spot. So congrats on getting Freeman there.
Thank you.
Especially with all those leagues you're playing in, to find a needle in a haystack like that, I guess you would say is a pretty good move on your part, Tycoon. And that's why you're here helping us out tonight. So
sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Absolutely. It's always better to be lucky than good. I will double down on that statement.
Fair point.
And I just want to hit here real quick on Jonathan Taylor. His last 3 weeks have been pretty good here. Starting with Miami, going for 103 yards and a touchdown. Also went 3 for 3 on targets. Then he goes 15 for 53 for another touchdown, but goes 4 for 116 in the air against Baltimore for another touchdown there.
Finally realizing
30 points. And then against Houston, he goes 14 for 145 and 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 catch for 13 yards for another 28 points. So this man is taking off. So
dude, I've been running back. I love him, man. I've been running JT and Derrick Henry in one of my leagues, and I also got a bunch of others too, where I have Saquon when he comes back, and I have Gaskin, who whatever, but I at least have this stack group, and I got Hill and Cooper Kupp with Amari Cooper. I love that team.
Exactly.
That's my dynasty team. That's my dynasty salary cap league. I love that league. I'm 5-0 in that league.
He's been sending us screenshots of his 200+ point weeks.
Oh yeah, I've had it at least 3 weeks where I'm over 200.
Yeah, so he's been doing good with that team. All right, so that's good. So can we shut the chapter on that Indianapolis 49er game? I think we did it some justice there. But
yeah, we got bamboo.
A lot of guys there that are kind of on that bubble of, do we start them, do we sit them? I think we definitely hit on those guys there. If we missed anybody,
let us know. I think the only guys really was like Dwelly, with Kittle being out, if he's possibly startable. He's a streamer if you want to throw him in there, just like any other tight end.
I like Dwelly.
That's why I don't spend time on him. So anyway, I'm not your tight end or kicker. Yeah. So there you go.
I like Dwelly as like an option if you're like really low.
Would you go Dwelly or Ricky Seals-Jones, Tycoon?
Seals-Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, Seals-Jones.
So he's not up there at least. So I just wanted to make sure. All right. So moving on. Bamboo, what's up, man? Welcome back, Bamboo. And again, for those of you guys that don't know, again, we're here with Tycoon from the Fantasy Boardroom. The Fantasy EO is in the building. Make sure you show him some love. The Fantasy Boardroom on YouTube. As we all know him, a.k.a. the best dressed man in fantasy, but he is in his casual Friday attire tonight.
As he should be.
As he should. He's earned it after a hard week in the office. So,
it really was, actually.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you, man. That's why we're here. So I got Bamboo says I got AJ Green, Mooney, and Myers. Who do I bench? Hashtag Apocalypse.
I'm gonna go Mooney.
Yeah, that's tough, man. But I think I would sit Mooney out of those three.
Worst quarterback out of the three.
I like that Myers.
Good matchup. I like the matchup.
I know Tampa Bay is a pass funnel.
Me too, man. It's just you can't trust Fields, man. It's tough.
I can't trust AJ Green either.
I like AJ Green being more consistent with Kyler Murray.
And Fields has shown the most chemistry with Mooney of any of his receivers. So
agreed.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
You're right. I guess you got to go Mooney.
That's my thing, man.
No, so
Green's averaging 7 to 8 targets a game. Mooney is very inconsistent, even though he's the favorite option. I like Mooney very much, but AJ Green I like a little more.
Nah, I'm benching Green. I'm going with the kid. Let's go Mooney.
There it is. I like it. I like it when we don't all agree. That's perfect. That's what we need. For the record, I have Mooney at 28 and AJ Green at 27. So they're literally right
next to each other.
Next to each other, and I have Myers at 25. So I can see why he's asking that question. Yeah, they're all literally probably projected within 2.5 points, of one another. So I don't think you really go too wrong with that. But the upside, I like those guys. So definitely Myers for sure. All right. So anyway,
yeah.
Absolutely. Martin said I should have just texted you when you hit me up on IDP.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he was talking to you, Mike, on that.
Yeah, he was. We've been talking back and forth about Devin White and dropping him, and finally did it. And now I picked up Alex Singleton. I'm gonna either go with him or Hassan Reddick. I don't know who I'm going with yet. One of those two though.
It is. So Dylan's trying to make you feel a little better there. If you would have had to start Bolden there, Tycoon, saying it doesn't even matter if Stevenson is viable. Bolden will get his at least 5 draw plays and touches on 3rd and short. Whether they're successful or not is a different story.
I got 0.6 from Bolden last week when I had to start him. So
you're looking forward to throwing Freeman in the lineup this week for sure.
Okay. I'm sorry to distract from this, but
please do add to it.
Sidebar story here. So this is a dynasty league in its 4th year.
Oh wow! Okay.
I idiotically drafted Devontae Freeman, I believe, late 2nd or early 3rd round in that startup draft.
Okay.
At the time,
fair.
At RB, but still clearly not one that was going to be sustainable. Shouldn't have taken that running back that early. Whatever. So it's just kind of a interesting, complete circle to have him come back on my team in this Bye-Mageddon after being one of the original members of my team.
Yes, Bye-Mageddon. Another one. Hashtag Bye-Mageddon. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
We're going with Bye-Nado.
Yeah, Bye-Nado, Bye-Geddon, Bye.
Check out my thumbnail.
I already lost it again. Say it again. I already forgot it.
Can't we just call it Hell Week?
Hell Week. I like it.
Yeah, the Bye-Apocalypse. I love it, man. All these names for it. Gotta love it, dude. So we have GG Mob Squad in here saying you still picking Fields and Mooney over Winston and Callaway.
Yes.
Who do you guys like on that side?
For this week or for the
I would
rest
say
of the
this.
season?
Tell me
I would
both.
say this week. Yeah.
For the sake, give me your answer for rest of the season and for this week.
Actually, Fields and Mooney
differs.
for both, anyways.
Both.
So
Okay, no, that works.
That's why I
Yeah,
like
I
to
like-
do that sometimes. Sometimes you realize it doesn't matter.
I like
You're
both.
going with one. Yeah.
I mean,
I like
this week I
Fields.
would go Winston and Mooney, but
Oh yeah, if you can, yeah,
If I can
I would do that
flip
too. Yeah.
Right.
For
Yeah,
sure.
no, that would make sense. I see what you're saying there. So we got Jonah. How you guys doing tonight?
What up, Jonah? How you doing, man?
Archmage Eternal in the house. Just so you know, this is Tycoon from the Fantasy Boardroom with us. If you haven't already, make sure you go search on YouTube for the Fantasy Boardroom. Hit that subscribe button for us, man. He's a friend of Get Right. Help him support his channel, man. Let's grow those numbers over there. Show him what Get Right can do. He's here with us, man, helping out questions. So I'm sure you got one. And here it is. Got to start sick question as we love. Herbert or A-Rob at the flex. Tycoon, I
This is
defer to you, my friend.
Dirty.
no. I know Allen Robinson has been disappointing.
Yeah,
But
he's the only.
answer is Allen Robinson. Again,
Yeah.
back to the pass funnel that is the Tampa Bay defense. Herbert is not going to get anywhere on the ground. I wouldn't necessarily rely on his reception. So if I have to take the gamble on one of the two having a better receiving day, I'm going to take the supreme, if unfortunately so far underwhelming, Allen Robinson.
And Hurt. That I'm taking Allen Robinson too, even though it's just because of the matchup. I mean, Herbert is
100%.
there, and I'm hoping they get him involved in if they get him involved in the passing, I'd be very surprised just because of Damian Williams. But honestly,
Well, if Williams plays,
Williams is playing. No, he's fine.
is he? He's still on the COVID
He's
list.
off. No, he's off COVID as of Thursday. Double check it. I
That
know.
will be good news for me for like a million teams because I've been lamenting this for
I saw your face.
forever.
Have you
I saw
not
your face
checked
kinda
my?
get
Come
excited.
on, Tycoon. You're on You're in the channel. I send those updates
I mean,
all day.
the latest news on Sleeper says Damian Williams remains
Oh,
sidelined
but-
for Thursday's practice, COVID-19.
Yeah, no.
Oh, see, even Jonah's
telling-
saying he was
I'm
on COVID
looking-
this morning.
I'm telling you, he's off COVID.
And I try to keep
Interesting.
up with all your stuff, but man, there's so many notifications that come out of
It's a
that
lot.
group.
Plus,
If you
plus
ever
you're in,
want to
like,
know how,
40
let me know.
you're in like 40 channels or 40 leagues or
Oh,
more.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
my
I
Sleeper
can't imagine-
notifications, I don't
yeah.
even I just immediately get rid of them.
yeah, I was gonna say there's no way you can even preview them. You just have to go in there and set your sleeper
Okay,
time to
So where is
just
this?
go in. Yeah. So
I'm looking right now at their particular injury report. He is not on the injury report.
is he on the COVID list though?
But would he be on the? Yeah, it's
Well, that was my next question, but I'm like 99% sure he is off the COVID list.
we need to verify that for the fans.
I am verifying it as we speak because I know
That's
that
from
I've
2
been
days ago,
on
3
those.
days ago.
I'm telling you, he was on it and then he off it, and
Nobody believes you, Mike, is what we're saying.
well, you should believe me
It's not
because
that I don't believe you. I just feel like that would have been very major for me to have
I
missed.
agree. He was. I remember he was off that list because I remember writing about it and going, interesting. Because
Yeah,
all the
everyone
reports
says
I
he can't be
see,
cleared until tomorrow.
he can't be cleared until tomorrow, but he will be off that list, though. I'm telling you, he's off the
Please
list.
God.
We're rooting for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They keep saying that he's going to be playing, so I'm assuming they've done tests up to that point, and he's passed the 2 COVID tests. So,
Man, I'm just looking at this one league where I'm trying to check Damian Williams, and I just realized I'm starting Jonathan Taylor and Miles Gaskins in one league, and it's like
I'm starting Mixon and Gaskin.
Like,
I'm not loving
it's like
it.
two total polar opposite of starts. You know, I'm like I have like the good of the good with JT, and then like the bad of the bad with Gaskins. It's like that's where we're at right now.
Yeah,
Aye, aye,
I'm
aye.
in that boat too.
Either way.
Either way, speaking of either way, Jonah says either way. I think Herbert is greater than Williams either way.
Yeah.
So
That's fair. I'm
I
not
kind
sure
of
if
agree with
Nagy
that.
feels that way, but
Yeah.
I could see. Herbert's look good.
Last time we seen him both. I mean, he definitely held his own when he had the role to himself, and last time we seen both of them, I think they both had 17 and 18 carries respectively. It was a very run heavy game that time. So, 2 weeks ago. So we'll see how that plays out, man. So that's that. All right.
My bad. I thought he was off the list already because, it looks like he's still on the list and cleared. Will hopefully clear Saturday, and it's only because he's unvaccinated.
Although, to be honest, I just realized I need to tone back the excitement for this week anyways because they're playing Tampa Bay, and Williams not going to do anything on the ground either. So,
no.
You're hoping
who
it
really
comes
cares?
in here.
I'm still going to play Freeman over Williams this week.
Oh, there you go. Anyway, absolutely.
Likewise.
So Dylan here is saying Josh McDaniel's play sheet on third down is just a picture of Brandon Bolden. love the comment, man. That was a good one.
True.
All right, so we'll get into this here. We're almost done. Again, I want to thank you, Tycoon, for joining us here. The Fantasy CEO is here from the Fantasy Boardroom. Make sure you jump over there and give him that subscribe and check him out. So we have the Monday night game. New Orleans Saints coming off their bye week to face the injury-plagued Seattle Seahawks. We have the Saints favored by, interestingly, only 4.5.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, right? Wow. After everything we've seen, 43.5 point over-under, definite trap game here. We'll let you break it down a little bit, Mike, and then we'll go to Tycoon, and I'll see if there's any scraps left after that. See if I disagree with what you guys say at that point. Go ahead.
Well, they're coming off the bye. They're a lot healthier than they were beforehand, of course. They're facing the Seahawks, who are unfortunately having a tough time, with Russell out. They have Geno as a starter. Alex Collins is questionable at this point, and a game-time decision for a Monday night, which is never a good thing. Penny apparently is able, he's going to be available for this game. He's, they could activate him beforehand. We'll see how practice goes this week, so definitely check practice reports for tomorrow. Remember, for Monday night games, Saturday is the last practice. So if Collins is out, do you trust guys like Penny? Do you trust DJ Dallas or Travis Homer? I mean, that's really the big question on this side of the ball, as well as can you trust Tyler Lockett? So what do you think, Tycoon? Do you think you can trust Tyler Lockett anymore?
Not as long as Geno's starting.
Right.
No.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat.
A big part of Lockett's success, in my opinion, is just the incredible chemistry he has with Russ.
Agreed.
They're on the same page, even in the bad games, or at least bad fantasy games. I mean, they have a legitimate connection that him and Geno are simply not going to be able to duplicate.
I agree.
I mean, I'm kind of steering clear of all the Seahawks there. Metcalf is the one guy. I mean, you're still going to play. Yeah. I would try to avoid playing any of the running backs there, frankly.
Yeah, me too.
Especially on a Monday night, if you have better options.
And a strong run defense that New Orleans possesses. Just
their defense is honestly. Yeah, they're one of the better run. They're better. They're one of the best run defenses out there.
Yeah, so I don't want no part of that. Man, I'm so bummed Russ got hurt. We're subjected to Geno primetime games twice in a row. This is
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of messed up in that part of it. So that's what we're thinking on the Seattle side. What are your thoughts on just real quickly? Gerald Everett, is he worth a start? Obviously, he was on COVID for a while.
I think he is.
He came back.
Yeah, I would play.
I think he's a safety blanket for Geno. I think he'll be that big receiver like DK that he can rely on in the flat or in short intermediate routes. So I think he'll be worth it.
Very nice. Yeah. And I just kind of want to look up and see what he. I don't think I have any shares.
He hasn't done much in the beginning of the year, so he's not someone that you're looking to start if you have to. But if you're in that situation where you're losing out on a bunch of tight ends that you need somebody, he's not a bad option.
Yeah, he went 2 for 3 for 40 yards last week. 6 points in a PPR, not too bad.
I mean, like who are you starting? Are you starting Everett or Dwelly?
Dwelly.
I think I might go Dwelly as well.
But barely.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, but they're right there next to each other.
Yeah.
Like I like Everett just because of his upside.
Everett or Mo Alley Cox?
The one appeal to Everett is he probably is going to be more of a primary target than Dwelly's going to be.
Yeah, Dwelly's a blocker. Like I like Dwelly, but he's more of a blocker than he is a pass catcher. And Everett's more of a pass catcher. He's had some good
games when Kittle's been out.
Oh, I agree. And I like Dwelly. They call him like the mini Kittle. So I don't hate it, but I rather have someone like Everett.
There it is. All right, so on the Saints side of the ball, let's start at the top with Jameis Winston. Tycoon, what are your thoughts about Jameis? Is he startable against this Seattle secondary?
The matchup is very good. Is Jameis startable in general? Is always the wonder, is it going to be the 1 touchdown, 120-yard game or the 4 touchdown, 175-yard game? So
I thought you were going to say like 105-yard touchdown game.
So I like. Oof, it's really a tough one. I would try to avoid it if you can, but again, as I can't stop doing, have to go back to the available options this week and might need to start him because it is really a plus matchup.
Yeah, and because of that, I have him as my QB 13, just because it's that kind of week right now.
Probably have like 14, 15.
Yeah. So to put it this way, I have 2 at 11. I have Darnold at 12. I have Winston at 13. I have Wentz at 14. Garoppolo at 15. And then I had Teddy Bridgewater, Matt Ryan, Daniel Jones, Geno Smith, Goff. It just gets worse and worse and worse after that. So I don't think it's
Matt Ryan much higher this week. This week.
I just can't do it. I can't. I
have to keep. Sucks. They're going to be tired coming back from London. Ridley's back. It's going to be bananas for Ryan.
I don't know, man. I just
but it's fair.
Whenever you think Ryan's going to smash is when he disappoints you the most. So that's what
I hope not. I'm
We've all been scarred.
Like right now, FS season is asking trade Tannehill or for Matt Ryan, and I have Tannehill and Matt Ryan, and I knew you were going to say no. And I'm sitting here like, if you're doing it for 1 week, don't do it. If it's season long, I might do that.
I don't know, man. I'd stick with Tannehill on that one. So,
well, that's
it's brutal, man. With those six quarterbacks out, man, it just makes it for a brutal quarterback week. But that's where I have him at 13. So.
Wow. Would you do what Jonah's asking with the Ridley?
Here we go.
Or do you want to finish out with the?
Let's finish out this Saints side first, just because of the timestamp.
Well, what about Callaway? How do you guys feel about Callaway? That's what Bamboo's asking right now.
Callaway, Harris. What do we think about these guys?
Sorry.
I would actually take a desperation shot with Callaway. I think the chance of a deep bomb falling is pretty good. So
as we saw that Hail Mary last week was nice.
Jeez. Yeah.
We'll take one of those. It was like nobody jumped. It was like it was just like boom, it just went like ridiculous right into his hands. It was crazy. Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? They like took each other out and then it just opened up perfectly for him. So I'll take it. I was starting him last week in a league that I had him. So I was
if you have to do it, I do it.
Or not last week, but the last time he played.
2 weeks ago. So
I thought
Denzel Jameson for 6 TDs and 55 yards. Yeah, you get it. We're on the same page, my friend.
Yeah.
We're all drinking the same Kool-Aid, and it's red. It's red tasting this time. All right. So So is that good for the Monday night game? You guys good with that?
Yeah.
We'll get into Jonah's question here about this trade.
If you play in the league with defenses, play the New Orleans defense as well.
Oh,
yes. Good call.
I wonder if they're available.
I always forget to give our defense and kickers any love on here, man.
So you can ask me in private if you ever want.
Absolutely. I don't like the way
I'll answer those.
We're already going 3.5 hours. If I
I got another pro kicker in defense. Yeah.
We're relics, man. I don't know. People
I love it.
It's very unpopular. I'm about it.
Can't stand him. Can't stand him.
You're lazy then.
I want to take out tight ends even too.
Ew, no. No.
I'm like, I just want to make them all flex spots. Let's go.
Yeah, flex with tight end.
Yeah, you could flex a tight end, but don't make me start a tight
end. I think them boys is in the league that's all flex, actually.
Yeah, I think he's doing like 5 or 6 spots, and it's like I think it's also some type of like vampire or
I think it is too.
Something zombie, something like that. So
the zombie leagues,
let us know about that. I think that's what it is, the zombie. Yeah, it's like all flex. So I remember when he was drafting that, he was sending us screenshots, I think, on that in the channel. Crazy. So that was a good one. All right, so sorry, Jonah. He's like, get to my question already. Trying to trade or trying to acquire Ridley. I'm not sure why, but that's just me, in my opinion. Looking at sending off Schultz or Higbee and Claypool. So
what you can send off Higbee and Claypool, do it.
You can do it with Higbee, hell yeah.
I'm not going to not do that.
Yeah, Higbee first. If it came down to Schultz and Claypool, would you guys still pull the trigger on that? If he countered?
I probably would, but I would try hard to get it done first with Higbee. My God,
absolutely.
would I?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, definitely.
And I would feel really good about it.
Absolutely. So I'm sure you're there, with us. Obviously Schultz looks like he could finish, top 10, maybe even creep into that top 6-ish, maybe creep in that 6 to 8
I think
range.
He'd be top 5.
I think he's definitely going to be top 10. I think you can lock that in as long as he's healthy.
Absolutely. And I think
he can be top 5. I think he can outplay guys that everyone was putting like Pitts. I think he can be above that. I think he's solid.
Anything to push Pitts down. Mike, I see you taking a shot at
Pitts
there. I know. No. That's why I had to call you out on it.
Hey man, I have a bet that he's going to be outside the top 8.
I know you're really banging on that. So you're trying to shove everybody in that top 8 that you can to push him down.
Get him cheap in Dynasty in the offseason. Yeah,
there you go.
Man, I currently have Dalton Schultz, Dawson.
If Mike
Knox.
had him, you'd be able to get him from Mike easily.
Who? Pitts?
Yeah, but Mike wasn't going to have him, so there's.
I'm not going to pick him up. My brother picked him up instead, and I was like, no. I'm like, dude, in Dynasty, go for him. And I had this whole argument with a guy. Okay, so I have a question for a tycoon since I have him here. So we had a guy in my league. He thought he thinks he's still in, in contention and all that. And he traded away Kelsey to get a first, a 10th, and Kyle Pitts, thinking that Kyle Pitts was the better option out of that particular scenario. He gets a first and a 10th and Pitts, and he thinks he won on that deal. What do you think?
So first and a 10th. So is this a keeper league?
Keeper, it's keeper, and he's not keeping Pitts because Pitts was like a 5th round draft pick, which was don't even get me started.
Ooh, well, knowing that makes it really bad to me.
And it's a 10-team league too, so
no, I don't like that at all.
And then he was saying that he would be a top, like before he was saying that he'd be a top 5 guy, Pitts.
I love him long term. I never saw that in his first year, so it just. Ooh.
Yeah, no. And I bet him that he won't even make the top 8, and I bet him
at a 5th round keeper pick, a 5th round pick keeper cost like.
That's if he keeps
that's
him.
really the linchpin there. That you can't keep him at that.
No, he won't, and that's the whole point I kept making to him. I'm like, there's no point in keeping him next year unless you got him for the 18th.
Keep Kelsey next year.
Well, he could have if he had him, and
that's what I'm saying. If you kept him, I think you're definitely going to keep him next year too. So you just lost one of the biggest advantages in fantasy football.
And on top of that, the funny part is Kelsey's been going around like the fantasy whore. He's been traded to like 3 different teams, and all for like 1st round draft picks. And I'm sitting here just shaking my head like,
why do
it's
people
incredible.
Not like elite players? It's so weird to me.
Yeah.
So high.
Well, no,
just have good players. I don't.
The guy that ended up getting Kelsey
I'm loving my Kelsey
now
team
9th.
Right now. I'm loving.
He's now 9th and traded away his guy. He traded away Kelsey for a first and a 10th to get his picks back, basically. So he basically got his 2 picks back for a first and a 10th, and ended up in this particular case ends up trading away Hill as well for a first and a 10th. So he has now 2 first round picks next year with 2 10th round picks as well. And I'm sitting here just like, and he's in 9th place, mind you. He's like 1-5. His team just isn't working out. I'm in 10th place, and I'm not willing to sell anybody.
No, because like again, so how many keepers per team?
2.
And this is so there's
you get value. You get the value of the round.
First-round picks are really starting in the mid-second. Like that's what you're doing
roughly
here.
Yeah.
Like, come on, that is just game theory wise horrible.
Oh yeah, and the funny part is that teams that in the past that have had like 3 first-round draft picks actually have not done well compared to teams that haven't done that. Like last year, I didn't have a first, second, or third, and I ended up beating a guy that had 3 first-round, 2 second-round, and 2 third-round picks, and I ended up beating him for third. He got 4th, and he lost in the first round of the playoffs. And he drafted guys like Christian McCaffrey, Elliott, Cooper. You know, he had a stacked team. He was 12-2, but he ended up falling at the end of the season because his team got all beat up from those top options and had no value in his team. I didn't have a first, second, or third round draft pick, and I kept Kittle and Dak Prescott for very low, like 17th and 15th round picks. And I ended up losing both of them and then trading a first and a 5th to get Robinson and Russell Wilson. Wilson shit the bed, and Robinson got me pretty well. And I ended up having Gaskin, Robinson, and Jeff Wilson at the end of the year, and Montgomery and Stephon Diggs to kind of get me through to 3rd place.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's crew to have last year.
And that's my point. Like he thought he had it all. Now, granted, he's doing well this year, but he drafted well and he's doing what he can. But at the same time, it's just crazy when, our particular league like that has that type of, things happen. Now, a lot of people at this time of year trade away those first round picks to get those guys to make their team like, juggernauts to try to win out. And just try to keep that 1 and 2 spot, which makes sense. But then they don't realize that when you get to that like last couple of weeks, it ends up just going downhill because everyone's getting hurt at that point. So you're basically trading away a first and a 10th for maybe something.
It's it's a big gamble. It's all about health at the end of the year. Like that's
for sure
the biggest linchpin. How healthy is your team?
Yeah,
exactly. All right. So no, good stuff there. And that's a good story, just for people to hear, how you can come back and, those trades that you want to make. So getting Dylan here and then we'll wrap it up here and call her a night. In my 10 team dynasty, I just received Aaron Jones for AJ Dillon and a first rounder.
Tremendous.
I now have Mixon, Eckler, and Jones. My Infinity Gauntlet is almost complete.
Nice. Wow. Good stuff. I mean, I did the same thing I traded Kittle for Jonathan Taylor and a second. So
nice.
Yeah, but that was it's the salary cap dynasty, so the price different. Yeah, well, the price actually worked out because I had Kittle for like $5, and it kind of when Kittle's $5 compared to like 12 or 15, or I think Kelsey's like 25, it made it where, Kittle ended up being worth a lot more, and I ended up getting JT out of it. So I'm happy. So
very nice. Yeah. And Haas here says, got 5 starters on bye in 2 leagues. Can't afford to drop anyone on my benches this week. Let me know who you have. I'm sure I could find somebody you could drop. A lot of people think that. And and also know your record. Should I just stay put and take the L this week so I don't weaken my team for the rest of the season?
If you're 1-5, I wouldn't. But if you're 5-1, I would.
If you're 5-1 and you have a stacked ass team and that bench really is good, like your best starters or who are on your bench, take the L. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Absolutely. But if you're 1-5,
play a little DFS with your lineup this week. Just throw some guys in there. Maybe they'll.
They might boom.
Score some points
for you. It really
depends
on how badly you need to win this week.
Absolutely. Make sure you
win.
get in that sleeper channel down there. Hit the description. It's kind of like our own little message board that we have. And then put your screenshot on there. Let us know who you have on that bench there if you haven't already. and we'll definitely see if you have somebody to do it. So,
take
6-0 and 1, and well,
If
he's
you're 6-0, don't touch it. Yeah,
and but he's 2-4 in the other. So
under 2-14, you need to field a full team and make it work.
You got to win there. So on that team, let us know who you have, and we might be able to help you drop some people here post show. So yeah, man. So unless there's anything else you guys want to add, man, the floor is yours. Tycoon, why don't you tell us what you're up to, what you have coming up on your channel, and of course how we can all get a hold of you.
Well, thank you very much. It's actually been a bit of a slow time because the day job has kept me pretty busy. But with that said, there is going to be a new debut weekly series coming from me at the Fantasy Collective, ffcollective.com. Collective is KOLLECTIV. It's just going to be a weekly recap. It's something that we haven't featured, but we want to have it out in written form. I mean, we do talk about it a little bit in our pods, but podcasts aren't necessarily for everybody, so we want to make that information a little more accessible. So I'm going to take that task on, and starting this upcoming week, following week 7, we're going to start having the Fantasy Collective recap. Otherwise, you can catch me at my show, the Fantasy Boardroom, every Wednesday night. If I don't have a guest on the East Coast, you'll find me usually at 8 o'clock Pacific time. You can find me at my Twitter at ff_tycoon, and you can also find us at ff_collective, again, KOLLECTIV. We've got a great team of writers, podcasters. We have betting content, daily fantasy content, dynasty content, redraft content. So we're trying to be as much of a one-stop shop, as we can. We have everything but all the fancy tools that the expensive sites have. So, but if you're just looking for good, solid advice, come look for me. Come look for us. Keep listening to Mike and Anthony.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for your time. I can't thank you enough for jumping on.
Man. I'm happy I was finally able to. It's been far too long, and hopefully next time in the proper setting.
Absolutely. And definitely. And I think the only way we can end this show here is with one more question. Not even average. This is what we do, man. I love answering questions, man. Not even average. Make sure you like and subscribe for us, my friend. We're gonna get to your question here. We stopped our whole outro to get your question in here. This is what we like to do. Welcome to Get Right Fantasy Network, man. What do you think about this trade in PPR? I traded Najee and Hollywood for Eckler, Julio, and Stafford. Tycoon, let's start with you.
It all depends on how badly you really needed Stafford.
Yeah,
because as much as I love Eckler, Najee and Eckler are close, there's quite a gap between Hollywood and Julio.
Yeah.
So if you really needed that QB, I mean, maybe you were a Tannehill drafter and you're quite disappointed. Or in that situation, then I'm good with that. But in a vacuum, I hate it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I mean, honestly, unless you need that quarterback, I don't like it. But if you do, then I love it. So
absolutely, yeah. So that's good, man.
No, absolutely. All right, then it was the right move. I like it.
Yeah, then that's definitely the right move. And
absolutely,
you can get rid of one of the two. I would which one would you drop out of those three or out of those two?
Yeah, I would drop a Stafford.
Drop one.
I would drop Tannehill.
Tannehill? Okay.
Ooh, that's a.
Oh, and he has Cup. That makes sense.
Oh, so yeah, nice. Got a little stack going on there. Those are not bad. Not bad. Yeah. So you're just going Tanny. What do you say, Mike? Tanny or Wentz that you're dropping out of those guys?
Ooh. Yeah, he'll drop Stafford. No, I might have to agree with Tycoon here. I might be dropping Tannehill here.
I don't know, man.
They're really close.
We'll tell you Wentz.
They're really close, but Wentz is QB 17, Tannehill is QB 20.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make the argument with I think he has a better second half. I think now that their run game's getting established, teams are gonna have to sell out to stop Derrick Henry, and this is what we've been talking about. If Julio can finally just freaking get healthy, and even if they could just get Chester Rogers back, even if Julio's not healthy, if they can at least get him back, between him and Brown.
So as soon as AJ can get off the toilet, I mean,
to the
moon, baby.
As soon as his body's not rejecting food.
And
it's almost for the better, for all of us AJ Brown owners. We didn't want Julio there in the beginning of the season when we were originally, thinking AJ Brown was going to be the next thing. So we'll see, man. But I'm going to say drop Wentz just because I like Tannehill's weapons in that offense just a little more. And definitely don't eat Chipotle because the same thing happened to me, honestly, like 3 or 4 weeks ago when I had Chipotle. So I'm right there with you, Mr. Arthur Wan. We are in the same boat there, my friend. So again, not even average. Really appreciate you jumping in, man. Hopefully hit that like and subscribe button for us, man. And
anytime, brother.
No, dude, keep bringing it, man. And if we want to keep the question going, keep the conversation going, as soon as this ends, we usually jump in the sleeper channel. So make sure you hit that description. Scroll down, you'll see the link for the Get Right Fantasy Network sleeper channel. Click that link, you'll get the invite. If you don't already have a sleeper profile, you'll create one there, and then come join the community. Take advantage of all the other perks that Sleeper has. It's a great platform, but definitely come join the community, and you won't be disappointed. So again, we have people telling us good night, a good show, and I just have to echo the same. We couldn't do it without you guys. I couldn't do this without you too. Really appreciate you guys again, just giving me your time and effort coming on here, being part of the show, man. I know we would be doing this anyway, probably. So it's nice to be able to jump on and do it in front of the camera and get to meet all these people and help them out and try to have them win some money and bring home some championships, man. So again, anything else anybody has, or we ready to put this thing to bed?
Just getting ready for this whole week to end.
Let's just get
to some football.
Fantasy week we're ever going to have. Well,
this is a DFS week if I've ever seen one before.
Right. So good luck to everybody out there, man. We'll see you on Sunday morning, 8 a.m. We'll be there for our last second start sit, 11 a.m. for you guys on the wrong coast. For you guys over there, San Francisco represent here on the West Coast, baby. For everybody else, man, good luck again, unless you're playing me. Otherwise, good night. Mike, Tycoon, thank you guys very much. And we'll see you guys later, man. We're out.
Later.